And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Lights, Baker County Wildcat football, right here on 97.5 WFBB. Coming to you live tonight from Pensacola, Florida, a little later than normal, 8:30 Eastern Time kickoff tonight for tonight's 5A region semifinal between the Wildcats of Baker County and the Pine Forest Eagles from over here in Pensacola, Pine Forest. I'm Mike Cruz, joined as always by Jackie Baker, and we're set to bring you all the action 2020 Baker County Wildcats. The Wildcats on the field tonight facing the Pine Forest Eagles, and I'm joined again by my partner who missed the game last week, Jackie Baker. Glad to have you back tonight. Jackie, how you doing?
Oh, man, good to be back, Mike. I missed some high school football. I know it was only one game, but my goodness, makes all the difference in the world right up. Listening to you guys, y'all did a great job on the air last week, but I'm happy to be here, happy to call some Wildcat football on this Friday night after the glorious 5.5-hour drive over here.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump from Baker County, only 320 miles down I-10 West, and Pine Forest is out on the field now, along with Scooby Graham from the Wildcats. Number 63 for Pine Forest is the captain for the Eagles. That's Willie Durant, and he's out there with Scooby. And Pine Forest has won the toss tonight. They're going to elect to defer to the second half. The Wildcats will get the ball to start the game. Jackie, the Wildcats will wear all white tonight. They've got the white pants with the white jerseys, trimmed in red numerals with the black helmet. And Jackie, I'm glad you're back up here with me as well. And nothing like a day after Thanksgiving 5-hour drive down I-10, right? I mean,
yeah,
nothing like it.
I'm glad I got my nap in, 2 naps in yesterday, because, man, I tell you, that's a lot of pine trees on I-10 West.
I mean, I did get a stop in at the Busy Bee, so I can't complain. Anytime I get to go to the Busy Bee, I'm happy.
Your jalapeno popcorn.
Cheddar. Jalapeno cheddar popcorn is fantastic. Jackie, tonight the Wildcats will face a team, kind of an up-and-down season. The Pine Forest Eagles 4-4 on the year. Wildcat fans will remember Pine Forest because last year, at almost this same time, we were over here for the first round of the 5A playoffs last year. And Pine Forest came back in the fourth quarter and overcame a 14-point Wildcat lead to beat us 35-28 in Coach Kevin May's first playoff game last year. So Wildcat fans remember this Pine Forest team now in round 3 of the Class 5A region semifinal tonight. The winner of this game gets to go to the regional final next week. So a little bit more at stake here tonight in this ball game, but similar team to what we saw last year. Different quarterback, maybe a couple of different skill guys, but a lot of the same folks on this team.
Yeah, a lot of the same folks on this Pine Forest team, and a lot of the same of what we've seen here recently against the good Reigns team and the Terry Parkers and the Ed White teams that we played, where they got guys that are faster than us. They're bigger than us. One of the keys tonight, I think, Mike, is you got to get started fast on our end. The last 2 games, Swanee and Reigns, had some hiccups on the offensive side of the ball. You can't let that happen tonight. You got to get out. You're going to get a chance to get the ball first right here. You got to go out and you got to do something with it. And let's go ahead and put the momentum in our corner early on.
Jackie, for a lot of this season, the Wildcats were taking advantage of the ball early, getting on top of teams, scoring early, and putting teams away. The past few weeks have not been that way. We've had a couple of difficult games with Swanee. Last week, a very difficult game with the Reigns Vikings. Reigns scored first in that ball game. Listen, it is so important to get back to that place that we were scoring first and scoring often against some of these other teams, like you said. It would be great to see the Wildcats pull away here early. Wildcats will send 2 guys back deep. We will move the ball left to right across your radio dial. Short high kick is going to come down at the 30-yard line, and Scooby Graham is going to return it across the 40. Scooby on his feet across midfield, and the Wildcats will have great field position to start on their first possession at the Pine Forest 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Pine Forest selects on the little pooch kick, but they don't hit it into space anywhere. They kick it right to Scooby Graham with plenty of room to run, and Scooby makes some pay, and the Wildcats are going to start with great field position here to start this ball game.
Well, Scooby's not one of the electric deep returners that you see with all the speed, but Scooby's a guy that knows how to run with the football, and he takes that one back upfield across midfield and great field position, and he promptly checks into the backfield. The Wildcats will split 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Carson Crawford in the backfield with Scooby Graham. 1st and 10 from the Pine Forest 48. Scooby's going to get the carry to start the ball game, and Scooby's going to fight for 3 tough yards down to close to the 45-yard line. So Wildcats trying to establish inside. Last week we saw, Jackie, a very fast, physical Reigns defensive front. which old Pine Forest, we can expect to see a lot of the same thing. A couple of defensive ends here that can really get to the quarterback.
Yeah, two interior guys for that defensive line for Pine Forest. Big guys, they can move, they're strong. This offensive line's going to have their work cut out for them.
Second down play, Wildcats need 7. Second down and 7. Going to give the ball to Graham again. Graham trying to pick his way through there, and that time just kind of got caught up with some other guys. Not a lot of room to run there, so it'll make it a third down. The Cats here trying to start quickly, but it's going to be 3rd and 7.
No, living up to the hype. Those big guys in the interior clogging up the holes. Scooby Graham looking for room.
3rd and 7. Crawford rolls to his left, looking to throw the football. He's under pressure, going to have to get rid of it here, and the receiver fell down. He had a receiver on the far side, and it was going to be a catch by Cam Smith over there, but he fell down just as the ball was making its way there and goes through his hands as he tried to get back up and catch it, and it'll be 4th down.
That was a good job by Carson Crawford keeping his eyes down the field. You're right, Cam Smith came open late, and we didn't even talk about the weather, Mike. It's been raining on and off all day over here, and that time Cam Smith just slips down, and what a missed opportunity for this Wildcat team to start the game.
Yeah, no doubt the weather will be a factor in tonight's ball game. It's not raining now, but the field is going to be wet on that hop, skip, and a jump I had over here, Jackie. It rained on me about 75% of the time. So if you're a Wildcat fan and you're still thinking about coming over to the game tonight, don't. It's 320 miles down I-10. You may as well just stay there and listen to the game right here on the radio. You will not make it in time.
That's a great PSI. Just in case you were wondering.
Just in case. 1st and 10. Pine Forest is going to have it at the 22. Not a great punt for the Cats. We were trying to pin them deep there, and we wasted good opportunity with the football. T.J. Wilson, the quarterback, he's in the shotgun. He's going to send 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's got a back in the backfield. 10:41 to go, just underway here from Pine Forest. Wilson's going to swing one to the right, just a quick pass, and it's going to be incomplete. Tried to just swing it out there to one of the quick wide receivers that just came off the line, Jackie, and he just threw it into the ground.
Yeah, trying to spread this Wildcat defense out a little bit. I think they make them find something in the air as they come right back out and do the same thing, 4 wide, start the game for Pine Forest.
Second down play, Wilson in the gun again. He's got 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. The Eagles with the red pants, the blue jerseys, and the red helmet here against the all-white look of the Wildcats. They're going to swing one out again here. Finds a little back out of the backfield. He's got some blocking, and he's going to get across the 30-yard line and out near the 35 for a first down. Just a simple flare pass out of the backfield, and they pick up about 12.
Yeah, that's one of those, if you don't get out there, your outside linebacker doesn't get out there in time. Quarterback does a good job making the receiver cut back in. With nobody there, he slips through the seam there and picks up a first down.
First down, Pine Forest. They're at their own 34-yard line. Now they split the 3 receivers this side to the strong side of the field. They're on the right hash. Wildcats bring 5, showing pressure. They're going to swing it out here again to the left side. Same play to the opposite side of the field. And they're going to run it out across the 40-yard line before a tackle can be made out here. And Ronnie Ellis finally gets over here and cleans it up, but they pick up about 9 yards again.
And that's one of those, I know we talked to Coach Mays about it. We talked to Coach Kennedy a little bit. And, man, it just makes you grit your teeth up there watching it happen. But, listen, they want to keep everything in front. They want to make Pine Forest sustain a drive all the way down the field. But at 8 and 9 yards a clip, woo,
makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? Yeah. Second down and 1. Wilson now. Wildcats show pressure again. They're going to run up the middle. Zane Mobley comes through and hits the running back, first man through. And I think he's going to be short. He's about a half a yard short of the first down. He needed a yard. Zane Mobley, the first guy through there, and I'm not sure who else came in there, but they're going to give him the first down. Wow. Jeez. Everybody in the stadium knew it was short, even the PA announcer.
The PA announcer just said short of the line of the game. Wow. I thought that was a great play by Zane Mobley. I didn't even think that was close. It was 2nd and 1 there, and Zane Mobley, nothing doing on that play, but they pick up a first down. So here we go. First down and 10.
Pine Forest with the ball from the 44. Just underway here from Pensacola, Florida. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Wildcats of Baker County against Pensacola Pine Forest. They're going to swing the flare pass to the right side again. And again, the receiver's got room, and he's down the sideline into Wildcat territory and all the way down inside the 35-yard line before we can make a tackle. And on this pass, Jackie, when I say flare pass, it's just one of those little bubble passes that you're trying to get from some guy's hand, and you're looking to pick up a couple of blocks, and they played it to perfection.
Yeah, so far that's 3 times now they've picked up big yardage on that same play. You're right. It's just trips. They're running the inside guy on a little bubble screen. Wide receivers getting out there, and other 2 receivers doing a good job blocking, and he's able to pick up big yardage again.
First down and 10 from the Wildcat 35-yard line, and we're going to get a timeout on the field here. Not sure what the timeout is here. The PA guy here is going to let you know every little thing that's happening. They send one of the Pine Forest guys off the field. Maybe an equipment problem, not sure. But Pine Forest, behind those flare passes, we call it, they've moved the ball into Wildcat territory, and they've got a first down and 10 from the 35-yard line. This Pine Forest team beat Suwanee a week ago, 21-20 in the final minutes of the ball game to advance to tonight's ball game. And if you'll remember, the Wildcats played Suwanee a couple of weeks ago. And down to the wire, the Wildcats had a big lead in the fourth quarter of that game, a game that, quite honestly, Jackie, we should have won back in McClenny. And hats off to Suwanee. They came back and took it from us. They won that game by 2. Last week after the Range game, I was able to catch the fourth quarter of the Suwanee-Pine Forest game, and Pine Forest kind of did the same thing to Suwanee that they did to us. They came down and scored with a minute to go and won by a point with the extra point. So that's how they got here. First down and 10 now, 5-yard penalty against Pine Forest, pushes them back 5 yards, but they're going to run a little flare pass out here to the left side, and the running back's going to get upfield, and he's going to get to the 31-yard line for a gain of about 6 yards. They had lost 5 on the play, so the gain's going to take them back to the original line plus about 3 yards.
I'm telling you, and right now, this Wildcat defense, we don't have an answer. We just don't have an answer for the little flare pass. Again, 4th time it's been run tonight, and that's probably, 9 more yards there on first down.
Second down and 6 coming to you from the 31-yard line, so Wildcats have to do something here to get this passing game under control. They're going to flare it out to the right again. And this time the Wildcats are going to crash down and finally make a tackle here. And this one's actually going to be for a loss. A loss of 1 on the play is going to make it 3rd and 7. So,
and that's a great job. That's how you're supposed to play that. The safety was coming down, and it looked like Ronnie Evans. You got to blow that up. You got to blow the first block up, make the man cut back inside. And your outside linebacker's got to get out there and make a play, and that time they run it to perfection. So for the first time, Wildcat defense makes them lose the yards.
I like it, though. Right when you need it. It's that bend but don't break mentality that we saw early in the year. Third down now, 3rd down and 7 from the 32-yard line. Pine Forest, quarterback, takes the snap. He's under pressure. He's going to get sacked. The Wildcats are going to get him in the backfield and force him down around the 38-yard line, which is going to be a loss of 4 on the play, and pushes them all the way back to the 38-yard line. So definitely a bend but don't break, Jackie. They threw the ball in between the 20s there, but we get them on 4th down.
Yeah, that time Weston Rivera, a couple other guys, Connor South, brought the pressure a little bit, like Toby Kinghorn in there. Those guys able to corral the quarterback and going to force Pine Forest to punt it, which is, my goodness, the way that drive started, I did not see that coming.
Well, and you have to check personnel here because they're from the 36-yard line. You wouldn't think they'd take one here early in the ball game, but you never know. This field position, you never know. But they do snap it back to the punter. It's going to be a high kick angling to the left side of the field, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be decent field position for us. As it's not a great punt, and it goes out at the 22. So just like that, they kind of waste good field position and put us out on the field at the 22. So just like that, we're going to take a quick timeout. You're listening to the 5A Region Semifinal here from Pensacola, Florida. We'll take 30 seconds. We'll be right back on WFBB.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
And we welcome you back here to Pensacola, Florida. Mike Cruz, Jackie Baker, bringing you all the action. Baker County Wildcat football 2020. Wildcats with the ball now, 6:07 to go, first quarter. And Carson Crawford's going to give the ball straight ahead to Jamarian Baker. And Jamarian Baker finds a small crease out across the 25 to the 26 for a 3 to 4 yard gain. And the Wildcats, this is the second possession for the Cats. The first possession, we went 3 and out.
And it looks like Coach Mays is electing. He wants to force the issue inside. We talked about those interior linemen. He knows how good they are. He's putting it on his offensive line right now to say, you got to move some bodies.
2nd down and 7, and the Wildcats are going to get, well, they're going to call, what are they calling here? A delay of game? No, we've got a late movement on the Pensacola Pine Forest team here. It's going to be an illegal substitution, I believe. The coaches are, Pine Forest are trying to talk them out of the penalty, but it's going to be a late movement, illegal substitution against Pine Forest, and that's going to give the Wildcats 5 yards. We could use all the yards we can get.
I heard that.
So with the Jamarian Baker run on first down plus the 5 yards, now we're sitting there at 2nd down and very short. 2nd down, need to get it out to the 32-yard line. Carson Crawford's going to give the ball inside. Cam Smith's running with it, and he runs over a man, and he gets out near the 35, and that's a first down for the Cats.
Good tough run that time by Cam Smith. Usually the speedster trying to find the crease, and that time he lowers his pads and picks up a first down for this Wildcat offense. So first down of the night. First down of the night. I like it. 1st down and 10 Wildcats from the 35-yard line. Carson Crawford in the gun. Sends Cam Smith in motion. He's going to get the ball on a jet sweep. Cam Smith got it. He's across the 40. Cam Smith 45-50. 45-40. Cam Smith trying to take it to the house. And he's going to slip down right at the 20-yard line. And Cam Smith trying to make the one guy he needed to miss around the 20. But it's a big gain in the Wildcats in business. And just like that, just what we just talked about, Mike. Cam Smith looking for a crease, and he finds it that time. Had one man to beat and slips at the 20-yard line trying to make a move, and the Wildcats are in business.
Cam Smith is definitely the explosive speed back. Carson Crawford's going to swing one left side. A catch is made, but they threw it to the short side of the field over there, and there's no room to run, so maybe a gain of 1 on the play. I think he hit Cameron Crawford on the catch over there. I'm not sure who called that.
I couldn't tell either. It actually looked like Cam Smith over there, but I couldn't tell.
Only a gain of 1 down to the 18-yard line. And, man, Cam Smith, if he could have planted that foot, but we told you it's been raining. It's been wet out this way all afternoon. I came through a monsoon around Cottondale. And now over here in Pensacola, the ground is wet. And Cam Smith tried to stick one in the ground and make a move around a guy and just couldn't quite do it. Going to run a little end around here. The Wildcats have it broken, and there's going to be a touchdown for Draymond Lewis. And Coach Mays calls the reverse to Draymond Lewis, and the Wildcats are going to score on it. Can you believe that?
When we were down on the field pregame, Mike, what did he tell us he was going to run the first play of the game?
Well, he said on the first play he was going to run the reverse to Draymond. He waited until about the 8th play of the game, but it goes for a touchdown. And when we talk to him, his head's going to be full.
So the speedster's getting it done. First Cam Smith and now Jamod Lewis.
And Blake Mays is going to return to the Wildcats now to attempt the extra point, and somehow he gets it to go across the crossbar, and the Wildcats score and get the extra point, and we take a 7-0 lead.
And just like that, you came out in the first drive of the game and kind of a little mundane, and everybody looked like a little half-step slow, and then defense gives up some big plays there, but they settle in, and we get the ball on the 20-yard line. And just like that, Cam Smith, Jamod Lewis doing their thing, and the Wildcats go up 7-0.
7-0 Wildcats, and Jackie, that was both teams had the ball, one possession each. We saw different results from both. The Wildcats went 3 and out on the first possession, but on the second possession, make some adjustments. And the speedbacks, like you said, had some success that time. And Cam Smith and Jamod Lewis, the big plays on that drive. That was a 17-yard touchdown run for Jamod Lewis on the little end around. And I guess in the old days they called that a reverse, but they got a lot of different names for it now. But either way, it's 7-0 Cats.
Yeah, that's called Denver Buck 40 now.
Scooby Graham's going to approach the ball and kick one deep here, taken around the 15-yard line. Pine Forest return man's going to run into a wire over here. Wildcats and we're going to get him down before the 20-yard line, and it'll be first down and 10 from the 17. Nice job. He took that kick from the 15, Jackie, and only got 2 yards. The Wildcat return team back there to make the tackle.
Great pursuit that time by the kickoff team. I thought he was going to get the corner there for a minute, but you're right, 4 or 5 Wildcats able to corral him, and so the Wildcat defense is going to start with better field position.
Number 1 for the Cats, Andre Glover, was the first man down there to kind of turn him back inside, and then a host of other Wildcats showed up on the scene to make the tackle. First down and 10, Pine Forest. Now they trail the Wildcats 7-0 here with just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. This time they just try to run straight middle, and the Cats not giving up much there, maybe a yard. Maybe a yard.
That's a tough yard. We'll call it a tough yard.
When you run against Ruston Avera, those guys up in the front there for the Wildcats, it is a tough yard, I promise you. Second down and 9. Wilcox, the quarterback, in the gun. He's got 2 receivers split to their left, and he's got 1 back in the backfield here from the 18-yard line. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. Little read play there. Comes off the corner and tackles for a gain of maybe 3 on the play out to the 22, and so it's going to be third down and about 5.
And I'll tell you what, he saw Ronnie Ellis coming. He didn't want to hit Ronnie Ellis. He turned his back.
It's funny, you know, he didn't get many yards on that play, but they spotted it up to the 23, so they actually gave him more than I thought he got on the play. But either way, third down and close to 5 for the Pine Forest Eagles. Wildcats bringing some pressure up the middle here. Wilcox drops straight back to throw. He's under pressure. He's going to dump one in the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Ronnie Ellis was there on the coverage, but he was under so much pressure that he just had to get rid of it, and the Cats are going to force a punt.
Great pressure that time from the interior of that defensive line. Good coverage down the field. Ronnie Ellis breaks late, gets a hand on that ball, and the Wildcat defense is going to force the punt here. 4th and about 4. Pine Forest on their own 23-yard line, so the Wildcats look to get the ball in decent field position.
This could be a really good situation for the Cats, Jackie, because our return man standing right at midfield here. The first punt that this guy punted a moment ago wasn't great, and now he's going to get a higher kick that's going to come down right to Jamil Jones at the 45-yard line. So Cats get decent field position up around midfield, right at the 45-yard line. So, hey, first and 10, we got a chance here.
Yeah, and that's why I like what Jamil Jones did yesterday. That fair catch, man. That ball probably as high as it's kicked, and the way it was bouncing or rolling, it was going to bounce another 15 yards. So Jamil Jones saves us big yardage there on the fair catch. And with the Wildcats a little momentum after that last scoring drive, going to come out and try to do it again here, up 7-0.
7-0, approaching 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Carson Crawford's going to bring the team out. He's going to split 3 receivers off to the left-hand side along with Jamarian Baker in the backfield here. Cats go from the 45-yard line. First down and 10 from the 45. Crawford gives it to Baker. Baker just fighting his way. Tough run up the middle there, about 3 yards, close to the 48-yard line, kind of that 3 yards in a cloud of dust you see, and it'll be second down and 7.
Yeah, just hard, tough running that time by Jamarian Baker. And again, Coach Mays putting it on the big guys up front, saying, come on, move some guys. Make us a hole.
Second down and 7 now for the Cats. Carson back there. He's got Jamarian Baker now. The speed back. Cam Smith joins him in the backfield. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Wildcats going to run Cam Smith again, and Cam Smith fights his way out to midfield, but not very much further. It'll be third down and 5 for the Cats. Actually, they only give him a yard on the play, so third down and 6. I thought he got it to midfield. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter, and with that hard cadence count there, Crawford's going to get them to jump off sides, but that 5 yards is not going to give us a first down, but it will move us down to the roughly the 46-yard line, which is going to make it a 3rd and 1 now. So you like 3rd and 1 a lot better than 3rd and 6.
Right? No doubt about it, especially the way those big guys are playing on the interior of that defensive line.
So on 3rd and 1, Scooby Graham checks back into the backfield here. Wildcat's going to hand the ball to Scooby, and Scooby's going to fight his way across the 45 and get the first down. So I like 3rd and 1 with Scooby Graham just about every day of the week.
You tell me to get a yard and number 5's in the game, I like my chances a lot.
We're getting the yard. Matter of fact, we got 2. It'll be first down and 10 from the 44 of Pine Forest. Cats up 7-0 here, approaching 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Rapidly moving first quarter here from Pine Forest High School out in Pensacola. First down play. Crawford's going to give it to Jamarian Baker. Running on a little sweep play, running around the corner, trying to get the edge, and he's going to get three, maybe 3 tough yards down to the 37. That was tough running. Jamarian just kept looking for a hole to turn it up and couldn't find one.
No, that's a bad spot.
I thought he was closer to the 40 myself, Jack.
Rounded the corner. There was nobody even pushed him out of bounds. So I thought a gain of about 4 there. They're going to call it a 2-yard gain.
You know, we haven't had the grace of the officials here in the past few weeks, honestly. Second down and 8. Crawford straight drop the throw, looks to fire one deep down the left sideline, and he's got nobody home. He threw it way over, throws it, and he had 2 guys covering Cameron that time, and it looked like he might have had some other options underneath.
Yeah, that's how he got a little happy feet that time and lets it loose, I think, a little bit before he wanted to.
Third down, Jack. Third down. We're down to 51 seconds to go in the first quarter. Cats are on top 7-0, but you hate to waste this field position. Third down play. Crawford's going to scramble out. He's across the 40. He's going to get the first down, and he's down around the – oh, my goodness. They marked him out of bounds way back at the 35. How can that be?
That's bad.
How can that be? He was clearly across the first down marker, but they marked it short. He's 4th and 1 now. The Cats are going to go for it. They're going to go quickly here on 4th and 1. Pine Forest is all kind of confused, and they have to call timeout. We were going fast, but how in the world was that not a first down?
That's 2 terrible spots. I mean, terrible spots. Carson Crawford was clearly past the first down marker.
Timeout Eagles here as we sort it out, but either way, it's still going to be 4th down. Can't really challenge that in high school football. Jackie, on the drive over here today, as we get closer to halftime tonight, we'll talk some college football tonight. But, man, I had a chance to just kind of, with the magic of Sirius satellite radio in my truck, I was able to listen to the Iowa State-Texas game, and then later on I was able to listen to the Notre Dame-North Carolina game. Jackie, did you see how either one of those games turned out today?
I was listening to Frozen and whatever Ace was listening to on his iPad on the way over, so I appreciate you rubbing it in.
Well, let me tell you, Iowa State came back. They were down a couple of 10-point deficits against Texas. They came back to beat the Longhorns late in that ball game, a 23-20 game. Texas missed the field goal at the end of regulation to try and tie it. Here goes Jamarian Baker straight up the middle of the field, and he's going to get the first down for the Cats on 4th and 1. So we're going to move it to the 25-yard line, and that was actually Scooby Graham on the carry, and it was a first down.
Yeah, just like that. That spot's not going to matter, and the Wildcats are going.
First down play, Jamarian Baker does have this one, and Jamarian Baker's got a big hole, and he's inside the 20, down inside the 10-yard line. Jamarian Baker still on his feet to the 9. It'll be first down.
And now this tempo. Wildcats going tempo here. 25 seconds left in the first quarter.
First down play, going to give it to Scooby, and Scooby fights his way down inside the 5-yard line. The Wildcats moving with the tempo now, and Scooby Graham has to set up 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line.
Get one more off. Come on.
10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Can we get another playoff? Wildcats quickly to the line. Going to give the ball again, straight up the middle. This time, Pine Forest is going to stop us and push us back at the 2, so Wildcats are going to be facing a 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line as we start the second quarter here in just a moment. But, Jackie, we'll keep it here through the mid-quarter timeout. I was telling you, Iowa State came back. They got the win over Texas. Texas missed the field goal at the end. But then later on, North Carolina went out on top 7-0 against Notre Dame and then 14-7. But Notre Dame eventually kind of overtook them, and we were able to watch that here as we got to the stadium late tonight, and they won that game 41 to something. But they pulled away by 2 touchdowns there at the end, and just kind of interesting, though. Normally on a Friday afternoon you don't have those games going on. So the day after Thanksgiving, a little college football already today, and some more we'll talk about at halftime. But right now the Wildcats, Jackie, facing a 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. We're already up 7-0. What do you do here? You got 2 plays to get this thing in the end zone.
Hey, man, I was hoping they'd punch it in right there. They kind of had Pine Forest on the ropes a little bit. You know, we talked about that interior line for the Pine Forest defense, and that time on that drive, the Wildcat offensive line doing a great job opening up those holes for Jamarian Baker and Scooby Graham. and they were picking up the chunk yardage we're used to seeing all season long. So 2 plays here from the 2-yard line. I got to think I get a heavy dose here of Scooby Graham.
I like our chances with Scooby. 2 plays from the 2. Say that 5 times, man. 2 plays from the 2. But let me ask you a question. With Blake Mays back right now, if you get a loss of yardage or something here, do you hesitate trying to get the 3? I mean, 3 points in a playoff game is big, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially when you talk about
game.
You reminded me what happened last year, 2 scores and end up losing this ball game. So no lead is safe. Don't want to leave points on the field.
3rd down and goal. Wildcats inside the 3-yard line here, trying to punch one in, leading 7-0 against the Pine Forest Eagles on the road. Scooby's not going to get it, Jackie. He's going to go straight ahead, but he's going to be stopped inside the 1. So the Cats are either going to have to hurry up and go for a 4th down inside the 1 or kick the field goal. They don't even think about it. The offense goes on the field. 4th down and a half yard to go. Carson Crawford's going to give it up the middle, and it's not going to get there. They're going to push us back, Jackie. I might have kicked the field goal, just to be honest with you.
Well, I'll tell you, I thought on that one, if I was Carson Crawford, I may have pulled that one, and they were keying on Scooby Graham big time there on the 1-yard line, and we just didn't get the push we needed. Big offensive line. That's one of those, though. I'll tell you, you got to have. That's one of those you got to dig deep, man. You got to dig deep, and you got to move the guy in front of you, and you got to score a touchdown and play off football. You can't get down to the 1-yard line and not score. That's unfortunate, but
it's almost one of the disadvantages of trying to go too fast there. I know that you're trying to catch them off guard at the line, try to get one in there on them, but that's tough. 1st down play, Pine Forest. They take over from the 1, and they're going to try to run it out of there, and they're going to get out to the 2-yard line. Not much running room, but the silver lining here is if you can stop them on 3 plays, make them punt, you get the ball in great field position again, and you go back and try again.
That's right. Not doom and gloom by no means. Just the 2nd quarter starting, Wildcats up 7-0. You'd love to put points on the board there.
Well, it can't be doom and gloom when you still got the lead. We're up 7-0 here. Early 2nd quarter. Pine Forest is backed up against the goal line here. 2nd down, call it 9. They're going to run it straight out of there again, and they're going to get hit. Camilo Rollins comes up and hits him around the 5-yard line, and it's going to make it 3rd down and long. They're going to be facing 3rd down and a long 6.5 here. So if the Wildcats can get them off the field here on 3rd down, we'll get good field position.
Camilo Rollins, I thought the running back for Pine Forest had a hole, and Camilo Rollins just fielded it and said, not today, and that was a collision at the 5-yard line.
Collision, indeed. Camilo Rollins does not mind putting the helmet on you. 3rd down, a long 6 for the Pine Forest Eagles. They've only split one receiver out. They're going to run it straight ahead, and the Wildcats are going to try to bottle him up, and they're going to get him out of bounds around the 8. He's going to be short. He needed about 6. He picked up 3, and the Wildcats are going to stop him short here. It'll be 4th down.
That was a great play over there. It looked like Jamil Jones able to get his hands on him and ride him out of bounds. About 3 yards short of the 1st down. So you're right. The Wildcats going to get a chance here with good field position. Jamil Jones back to return this punt as the Pine Forest punter in the shadows of his own goalpost.
Yeah, if I'm Jamil, I back up about 5 more yards. I think he can get it out to around the 45. The punter gets a good, it's an end-over-end kick. Jamil's going to come up and take it at the 38. Jamil's got a good return back to inside the 30, and we'll have great field position here, as we said. If we could have stopped them on that possession, we'll get good field position. So we're going to start inside the Pine Forest 30-yard line.
And that's something we haven't seen a whole lot. I tell you, we've talked about it all season, Mike. A lot of times those returners, they've been letting these balls hit and roll everywhere. But tonight, Jamil Jones doing a great job coming up. He fields that one. And, I mean, that's a 10-yard gain that doesn't seem like much. But that ball rolls probably to the 45 of the Baker County Wildcats, and now they're going to get it at Pine Forest 30.
One of the things that Coach Staples and I talked about last week, Jackie, while you were dealing with your flat tire, it always helps to have a guy back there, you know. And some coaches have different philosophies, but I like what Coach Mays does with the special teams return on the punts because, I mean, think about that. He catches it around the 38-yard line. It's not a huge return, but you bring it back upfield instead of letting it roll. 1st down and 10 Cats from the 30-yard line. Scooby Graham's going to pick his way inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line and be turned away there.
I keep waiting on Carson Crawford. It just seems like the time now to pull one.
He hasn't kept one on us?
I haven't kept one yet. No, I just keep waiting on it. They're keying on Scooby Graham big time inside right here, and we know Carson can do it with his legs.
Tyler Richardson split out to the left side, 3 cats out to the right side. Scooby in the backfield. 2nd down and 7. Carson is going to pull it here, keep it himself. He ran into his own lineman, but he gets down inside the 25 and hit hard over here at the 24. And Crawford's going to get back up. He was hit hard here on the sideline, but it'll be 3rd down and about 4.
And you're right, he ran into his own lineman right off the rip. He would have had big yardage there.
Yeah, that's tough, Jackie, because that play is a timing play, and when your timing's thrown off, Crawford still picked up good yardage, but it could have been a lot bigger. And he was slowed by that hit. You don't see that very often.
No, he got popped.
Crawford's a tough kid, but you don't see him get slowed by a hit very often. 3rd down play. Crawford going to throw one across the middle. He had a receiver open across the middle, and the pass is just beyond the reach, and it's incomplete.
That's
wide open.
That's one he's going to want to have back. Looked like Draymond Lewis from the slot position just running a post. He had him.
He was there, and I saw it, and you saw it, and it looked like it was going to be a touchdown, and the pass just a little bit beyond Lewis. Wildcats going to stay out there. They're going to go for it. They need 4 yards. Look for the hard count here and maybe a timeout under 5 to go on the play clock. What do you think? There's only a 10 on the play clock now, so I'm not sure what they're doing. Are they going to take the delay and punt it?
Take a timeout. Think about it.
4th down play. The Wildcats face a 4th and 4 as the right rein turns a little bit harder here in the first half. 8:24 to go first half in this region semifinal game from Pine Forest. Jackie, just to kind of catch the Wildcat fans up at home on where we stand right now in the playoffs. This is the 3rd round playoff game. The Wildcats facing Pine Forest tonight on the road. The winner of tonight's ball game will face the winner of the Tallahassee Rickards and Ribault game that's going on right now on the other side of Region 1. There's other games on down the pike that involve some other teams from around the First Coast area, such as Clay and the other teams. But because this year involves more teams in the region and because of COVID-19 and because of the fact that we didn't have the district alignments that we normally have, every team in the region, if they wanted to, qualified for the state playoffs. So because of that, normally there would be 5 rounds of state playoffs, but because of that, this year there's 6 rounds of state playoffs. So this week, being round 3, is actually the region semifinal. Next week would be the region final. So the winner of tonight's ball game will face the winner of Tallahassee Rickards and Ribault if you're keeping score at home. Right now, Rickards with the lead in that ball game. 4th down and 4. The Wildcats going to keep the offense on the field. 8.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Wildcats are going to move early. Cameron Crawford and the other receiver out there, they took off 10 steps early here, and you're going to have movement. And it'll be 4th down. We'll have to punt it, Jack.
Yeah, that's a frustrating one to use the timeout and come out. And we're still stuck in no man's land. We're going to stay out there and try it again.
Well, you got to punt it here, Jack. You can't go for it here and give them the field position. You punt them and try to get inside. We're going for it. 4th and 9, going to throw one down across the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Had a guy open again, and Jack, that's going to come back to hurt us. You can't go for it with that field position. We had a chance to turn the field position over again, and it's incomplete, so we'll turn the ball over.
Yeah, that's twice. You missed J-Mod Lewis. I mean, fingertips, man. He's got to step on the guy. A little air on it. You're right. You're going to want to have that one back.
First down, Pine Forest now. They got the ball at the 29-yard line. The Cats, again, waste field position. We had it inside the 5 a moment ago. Jackie went for it on 4th and goal, didn't get it. Now we waste another 4th down at the 29. You can't give away too many opportunities in a playoff game. They're going to swing a pass left side. Connor South over there trying to make the tackle, and he's going to get over there, and they're going to make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. So the Cat defense doing a good job then on first down.
Yeah, and I will say, I agree with you. You can't keep leaving points out there, but this defense has kind of settled in a little bit, so you've not let Pine Forest on your side of the 50 here in the second quarter. So a little bit of gambling, you know. You're supposed to Biloxi over here. You gotta let it ride sometimes.
Hey, I'm not trying to be negative, Nelly, but you can't leave all those opportunities out there. 2nd down, 11. Here we go. Quarterback straight drop. He's going to swing one out to the right side. Got a receiver here out across the 35. Ronnie Ellis comes over and knocks him out of bounds, and they give him positive field position up to the 38-yard line. Looks like their guys get an extra yard, Jim. Our guys
I'm telling you,
lose a yard. My goodness. 3rd down and 1 now.
Maybe they're that much faster than us.
I don't think that's the case.
I would like them to move that milk crate of water that my safety just had to step over as he made that tackle out of bounds.
3rd down and 1 now. They need to get it across the 40-yard line for a first down. They're going to do that. He's out to the 41-yard line. And Pine Forest picks up a first down. That's the first down they've had since their first drive of the night, Jack.
We've talked about it for several years, high school football. What a momentum sport, you know, and you don't want to give it. It seemed like Beaver County's had the momentum for a while since that first score now, and you just don't want to give it up here early on in the ball game.
No, and that's what I was getting at when you lost at 4th and goal at the 1, and then this last possession, I almost feel like you needed to punt that time. Connor South chasing the ball carrier down along the line of scrimmage here. They toss sweep out to the left, and the Cat defense runs it down, and they're going to lose the yard on the play.
Great pursuit that time by Connor South from his outside linebacker position. It's a no gain. What do you know?
And he lost the yard.
That was off the one.
Clearly lost the yard.
No gain.
Jack, the rain seems to be getting a little bit stronger out there as we are midway through the second quarter here. 6:40 to go in the first half. The Wildcats are on top 7-0. Would like to get one more possession here. The Wildcats had the ball to start the game. Pine Forest will get the ball first in the second half. 2nd down and 10. Wilcox, straight drop to throw. He's going to fire one out left side. A catch is made over there, and it's going to be about a yard, maybe 2 yards short of the first down. They needed to get it into Wildcat territory to the 49 for a first down. They're about 2 yards short.
Big 3rd down here, 3rd and 2. Good tackle that time by Carlos Jefferson. Just a little comeback by the wide receiver, short of the sticks. And so this Wildcat defense going to have a chance here to try to get the ball back again.
Right at midway through the second quarter, 7-0 Wildcat lead. 3rd down, full house backfield for Pine Forest. They're going to give it to the fullback, the first man through, and he stopped short of the first down. He stopped right at midfield at the 50-yard line, and it's going to be 4th down and a yard.
4th and a yard here. What are they going to do from the 50-yard line? Another chance here for this Wildcat team. Maybe swing this momentum back.
Well, if you stop them here, you absolutely swing the momentum back. 4th down a yard. Pine Forest is going to creep up to the line and go for it. 5 minutes to go here. The crowd trying to get behind the Pine Forest Eagles. They just run fullback again, and he's not getting it.
Short.
He's short. The Wildcats have stopped it right at midfield.
Great stand that time by that Wildcat defensive front. Nothing doing there. Matter of fact, I think he lost a yard.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, he's squarely on the 50-yard line. They didn't even get close. They had to get to the Wildcat 49, so there's nothing to think about. If the ball's on the 50, you just turn it around, and the Wildcats are going to take over.
Great stand that time by the Wildcat defense.
Neither team can capitalize on 4th down opportunities. The Cats had a chance to go up 14-0 a minute ago. We went for it on 4th and goal inside the 5-yard line, got turned away. Next possession, we go for it 4th down and 9 down around the 30-yard line. 2 incompletions on 3rd and 4th down. Turn it back over to Pine Forest, but now we turn them over on 4th down.
And this is when you really want to capitalize on the momentum.
You have to.
You have to. I mean, go down and score right here. A couple missed opportunities early on between Carson Crawford and J-Mod Lewis, just trying to get those guys on the right page. I mean, inches, Mike, inches we've missed on 2 touchdown passes.
Yeah, I mean, when I say you have to, Jackie, they get the ball to start the second half. You know, you're up 7-0, but 7-0 is not going to win the game. You got to go and score again. This is when you kind of have to capitalize. Take a 2-touchdown lead at halftime, and then put the pressure on Pine Forest. First down and 10 from midfield. The Cats with the football. Crawford in the shotgun. He's going to give the ball no. He keeps it himself, and he's going to come around the end, and they're going to call a flag out here on the Cats for holding. and that flag came late, but I knew it was coming when you saw the release there. But that was a busted play in the backfield. Jackie, they had it red, but Crawford pulled it out, came around the end, but we'll get a holding call to back us up.
Oh, man, Carson Crawford, good job, good read that time. You're right, it was a busted play, but he does the right thing. He just keeps riding it. Scooby Graham's stomach and pulls it late there, but that holding call is going to be killer.
Well, so we had the ball on the 50. They back it up to the 38. So they're going to call a 12-yard holding penalty.
That's a killer.
That's just poor officiating. That penalty happened above the line of scrimmage, so at least a yard upfield. If you're marking that from the spot of the foul, it can't possibly be 12 yards.
Here's a screen pass, though, and Cameron Crawford got it, and he's across midfield into Pine Forest territory down to the 42-yard line. A nice call on a screen pass on 2nd and long.
Great call that time. A great throw and catch that time. Carson Crawford to his brother Cameron, and Cameron picks up big yardage on first down.
Got all of the penalty yardage back plus 9 yards, makes it a 2nd and 1. Cam Smith inside, and he's going to go down short of the first down. Kansas just needed somebody to punch that 1 yard, and Cam Smith goes down right at the line of scrimmage to make it 3rd and 1.
Yeah, he can't keep his feet tonight. It's slippery down there. I've seen Scooby Graham slip some, but Cam Smith having trouble down there keeping his footing.
I'll tell you that the one disappointing thing for the Cats tonight, we've had a lot of wasted downs. 3rd down and 1. Here we go. 3rd down and 1. Going to throw one. Fires one across the middle, and again, this one's incomplete. Draymond Lewis was the intended receiver. He was coming across the middle. That pass was thrown too high, and I think that maybe the receiver and the quarterback weren't on the same page.
No, it doesn't look like it. Carson pleading his case over there to Coach Mays, and you're right. It seems like a couple wasted downs that, man, you really like to have back. So the Wildcats, again, another 4th down situation where you just want to kind of pick up that first down on 2nd or 3rd down.
Well, after the screen pass on first down, you just need to plow ahead for a yard and get the first down. Now you're facing 4th and 1. Carson Crawford's going to get the first down, but he pays a price for it as he's popped across the 40-yard line down to the 38. But the Cats will move the chains here with 3:43 to go in the first half. Jackie, this is I'm not saying this is do or die for the Cats, but this is a very important drive for the Wildcats to finish off here for confidence.
Yeah,
for confidence. From the 38-yard line, the Wildcats 1st and 10. Crawford going to throw. Looks down the field, looks down the right sideline. He's got a man all alone over there. A catch is made inside the 10. It's going to be a touchdown. He just had one man to beat around the 10-yard line, and Cameron Crawford beats him and scores the touchdown for the Cats. That's a 38-yard touchdown pass, and I don't know how he got all alone. He was wide open.
I thrown that post to Draymond Lewis several times, and that time Carson Crawford does a good job of pump faking that, and Cameron's running the wheel route up the sideline and hits him in stride. Cameron makes one man miss, and just like that, that's what the doctor ordered, Mike.
Well, it is, because I'll tell you why, Jackie, because with the way the Wildcats have had field position and the opportunities we've had tonight, you almost felt like, Jackie, that the Wildcats had to have a 2 or 3 touchdown lead the way they played in this first half. Well, they missed an opportunity on 4th and goal, but getting this touchdown now to go up 14-0 before halftime, if you can keep Pine Forest off the board, you haven't wasted the first half completely. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. And, I mean, with 3:20 left in the game, the way your defense is playing, you still got 2 timeouts left in the half.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a chance here the Wildcats, if they do what they're supposed to do, get the ball back and go down and score again. Had a couple opportunities early with Draymond Lewis and Cam Smith, those guys breaking wide open. So you're not going into halftime yet.
Not going into halftime just yet. You're right. I mean, we do have at least two timeouts left here. I know we used one, so at least 2 timeouts left if we were able to stop them. High kickoff here, and there's going to be a flag down on the kickoff as we're offsides on the kick.
Jeez.
While we've got a quick second, Jackie, want to give a couple shout-outs. Our statistician, Justin Thomas, couldn't be with us tonight. He had to be away for Thanksgiving, helping some family out. So, Justin, he's listening up in Tennessee tonight. Want to give Justin a big shout-out. And Jackie, last weekend, after the game against Raines, I was out in Sanderson, heading to my fishing hole, as I always do, and I ran into an old buddy, Bobby Blue. Ran into Bobby Blue out there in Sanderson last week, and Bobby told me he listens in every week. Jackie says, loves listening to you call the game, Jackie. And Bobby Blue, if you're listening tonight, want to give you a big shout. And he said, "Go Wildcats."
We appreciate all of our listeners.
Every week I talk to somebody else that I didn't know was listening, and if I get a chance, I'll give you a shout on the air.
Bobby Blue, a big time Wildcat supporter. I'm gonna tell you.
Bobby goes way back.
From a long line of Wildcat supporters.
Yeah, and Bobby goes way back. You know, he's one of those old school cats. You know, one of those Bobby Harrison proteges from way back. Out to the 44-yard line on the kickoff return, Jackie. So 3:11 to go first half. The Wildcats defense needs to get Pine Forest off the field. Maybe we can get the ball back here before half, but if not, at least take this 14-0 lead to the locker room. Wilcox in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Wilcox going to give it to the running back. He's going to fight through there for a couple of yards. Camilo Rollins comes up and does a nice job with Ronnie Ellis to make the tackle, maybe a gain of 3.
Oh, man, and that time Garrett Kane just slipped up from his linebacker position. I thought he was going to hit the running back in the backfield. I'm telling you, these field conditions, man, everybody's slipping around.
A lot of moisture out there. I mean, it rained all the way over here. It hasn't rained as hard here in Pensacola, but the rain just continues to fall the entire first half. Second down play, second down and 7. 2:40 to go, first half clock. 4 receiver set now. They're going to slip it out here to the right side, catch the receiver about midfield. We'll push him out of bounds right here at the Wildcat 47. Oh,
Lord.
I mean, this
is bad. Oh, my gosh.
And what Jackie means is bad is as the receiver runs out of bounds around the 48, the official just runs on down to the 47 to give him an extra yard.
It's an automatic yard every time.
Every time. Third down and 1 from the Wildcat 47 now. Pine Forest is going to get the Wildcats to come in the neutral zone. They use our trick on us with the hard count there. So the Cats have to be careful here. We don't want to give them an easy score here before halftime. They do get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, not at all, and that was actually a chance. There, you got a chance to get off the field, maybe force the punt on a 3rd and about 3. But Pine Forest going to pick up the first down, so now the Wildcats got a big hit.
First down from the Wildcat 42. Wilcox fires one out here to the right side. A catch is made, but he's not getting any yards this time. The pass was a little high for him. Orlando Holland, Jamil Jones come over and forced him out of bounds. No gain on the play. And the clock stopped.
Yeah, the clock stopped. So I'm still. This line judge, he's bad, man. He is bad.
Well, it's an extra yard. I mean, it really is. It's an extra yard every single play. On the plays you feel like you've got them for a yard or 2 loss, it's back to the line of scrimmage. Now, I'm not going to harp on the officiating all night long, but it's pretty obvious. Second down 11. And the Wildcats being held in the middle, we're going to get the flag on the play. And the pass is incomplete down the middle of the field, and the Wildcats would have had a huge sack on Wilcox that time. We were being held up, and that 10 yards will go against Pine Forest.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, man, golly, you're right. It's just a misty rain, but there's Wildcats slipping everywhere. That time, DeHaven Clark in the secondary as Wilcox dropped back the pass. DeHaven Clark had a beat on the ball and just tried to turn around and slip down. So going to get helped by the penalty, but I'd have much rather have that interception with sure-handed DeHaven Clark. Oh, we declined it.
Well, it's going to make it third down. So you're thinking about trying to get the ball back here. You decline that penalty. You make it third down, 2:17 on the clock. If the Wildcats can stop them here, they'll have to punt the ball. So third down 11. Quarterback Wilcox, we decline the holding penalty. He drops straight back to throw. He's going to fire one deep down the right side, and it's going to be knocked away on top. My goodness. Ronnie Ellis knocked it away down there. Jamil Jones knocked it away, but he knocked it right up in the air, and the receiver came down with it inside the 5-yard line. So Jackie, and a flag's down in the backfield. I'm not sure what this flag's going to be, but the Pine Forest quarterback's not happy about it. This is going to be a personal foul against Pine Forest, and it'll be enforced after the play. So, Jackie, what happened on that play for Wildcat fans, they threw one deep. Jamil Jones made a great play on the ball, knocked it away, but Jackie, he knocked it straight up in the air, and the receiver caught it at about the 5, went out of bounds at the 3.
Yeah, one thing you can't happen, y'all, you said it a bunch last week on the radio, you can't get deep. And on that play, right down the sideline, you got to do everything you can. If all you can do is get a hand on that ball, knock it out of bounds. Jamil Jones in good coverage, but he pops it straight up, like you said, and that's just one of those plays that you knew was going to come. At some point it was going to happen, and Pine Forest, rookie, on a tip ball, gets the ball down inside the 3-yard line, but the personal foul after the play is going to help this Wildcat defense out.
Well, they would have had first and goal from the 3, the 15-yarder, and I'm not sure what the personal foul was for. Pine Forest didn't like the call, but it goes back to the 18-yard line. So instead of being at the 3 here, it's going to be from the 18 with the clock running. First down, and it's first down and goal from the 18. Wildcats will stop them there. Jackie, did they actually move the chains back to make it first and 10?
Yeah.
Wow. Dead ball play, I thought, would have been a first and goal from the 18, but it's first and 10 from the 18. However, running play on first down gets nothing, and so clock running under a minute and a half to go here. Pine Forest at the Wildcat 18-yard line. They trail the Cats 14-0 here, coming up on halftime. Wilcox straight back to throw. He fires one, and it's going to be caught inside the 5, and they got a touchdown. I thought Ronnie Lewis had an interception, and just like that, you see how quickly Pine Forest is able to come back and score the touchdown.
Golly, I had 2 guys went right through Connor's south hands, and I think Ronnie Evans thought Connor was going to knock that ball down, and stands there and watches the receiver make the catch and gets into the end zone. So just when you think the Wildcats has kind of controlled the game.
Extra point on the way is down the middle, and Pine Forest, we thought we might take a 14-0 lead to halftime. Pine Forest has come back to answer us with 1:14 on the clock to make it a 14-7 game, and they'll get the ball to start the second half, but the Wildcats still have a minute and 14 and a couple of timeouts here remaining in the first half. We'll keep it here. Jackie, want to remind you that the Florida High School Activities Association makes it possible for playoff football to be held in the state of Florida. Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is having respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, and play fair. That is what the FHSAA reminds you here in this playoff region semifinal between the Wildcats and the Pine Forest Eagles. That's tough. That's tough right there. And not only do they get a couple of big pass plays down toward the end of the half here, it's just the way that the first half played out. I feel like you're going to be kind of kicking yourself because we missed some opportunities here. They're going to kick a high kickoff, and we're going to make a fair catch over there at the 31-yard line. That was Cameron Crawford with the fair catch. So with 1:14 to go, Jackie, we'll need to go about 50 yards to be in any chance for a field goal here, and we've got to go 68 for a touchdown.
Yeah, 68 yards. I mean, 2 timeouts left, I believe, for Coach Kevin Mays and this Wildcat offense. Let's see what he wants to do. The rain, again, coming down pretty steady right now. Probably going to depend on what we can do right here on this first down play.
First down and 10, Wildcats from the 31-yard line. 1:14 to go in the half. Wildcats do have the lead. It's 14-7. The Cats on top here. Crawford going to throw the football. Looks down the field. Now he's going to scramble. Looks down the field down this sideline. It's going to be intercepted. That pass nowhere near anybody, and they might run it back. 25-20, 15. And Crawford's going to make the tackle at the 8-yard line, and I'm not sure who he was throwing the ball to. Maybe Draymond Lewis.
Draymond Lewis coming open, but again, he was rolling out to his left, and just with the rain coming down, couldn't get anything on that football, and throws that ball about 7 yards short of Draymond Lewis. And just like that, my goodness, if you let Pine Forest score right here, you really are going to be kicking yourself in the tail on the way into the locker room.
Well, that's why I've been disappointed, Jackie, because this is what happens, and this is deja vu from last year in the fourth quarter. The Wildcats had a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, and Pine Forest scored 21 unanswered points. And you can't allow a team to make big plays on you. And right now, you have to play defensively here to keep them out of the end zone. No chance. Running back straight ahead, he's going into the end zone on the first play. And Pine Forest here has come down 13 unanswered points to make this a 14-13 game before the extra point.
Wow. Man, if you could have scripted the way you did not want the last 2 minutes to go, this is it. My goodness. A game, again, that the Wildcats just seem to be all in control of, slips away in maybe less than 2 minutes.
The extra point is blown, whistled dead here before the play. It would have been good, but there was a flag. It was offsides on the Cats. So, as we learned from last week, you can't decline that penalty. They blow it dead. They'll have to kick it again. We were talking about that before the game because last week in the Swanee and Pine Forest game, Swanee had that happen where they kicked the extra point good. And because you can't decline the offsides penalty on the defense, you have to kick it again. And Swanee missed the extra point. That would have been a game tire. And this one, again, same thing. He missed the extra point here, and it's going to be 14-13.
Man.
And Pine Forest can't complain about that because that's the same thing that happened to them against Swanee last week. So can you believe that?
Wow.
Unbelievable.
I can't even hang my hat on a missed extra point right now, the way I just watched this unfold in front of us.
Wildcats are going to be returning the kick here with 53 seconds to go in the first half. 14-13, the Wildcats are on top after the missed extra point. And we were just talking about that scenario before the game today because in high school football, you can't decline the offsides penalty. We've had that happen to us in the past, and I mentioned one of those games that from years ago when we played Lee High School and they had a chance for an onside kick at the end of the game. They were offsides. I'll talk about that in just a moment. Cats come up field to kick there. Jamil Jones has got it at the 35. Jamil's running outside, and he's trying to get ahead to the 40, and we're going to have about 47 seconds here. And I think we've still got 2 timeouts, Jackie.
Oh, we got 2 timeouts.
But years ago, Jackie, I believe Kyle Davis was the quarterback at the time, and the Wildcats were receiving the onside kick. Well, the Wildcats recovered the onside kick, but Lee was offsides on the kick. Well, you couldn't decline the kickoff on the offside, so Lee got a chance to do it again. Well, guess what? They recovered the onside kick that play, so it really penalizes the defensive team. Handoff up the middle for the Cats. This is going to be a creaser up there to about the 45-yard line for Scooby Graham. Clock's going to run. It's about 37 seconds left and counting. Wildcats are going to try to hit a big one here, and if they do, then they'll use their timeout. 2nd down and 5. Crawford going to give the ball to Cam Smith. Cam Smith's got a hole. There he goes across the 50, and he's down to the 46. Are we going to use the timeout? We need to. First down's going to stop it for a moment, but we need to use the timeout here. There's 22 seconds left.
I don't know. I think Coach Kevin Mays.
Well, we've got field position. Clock's running here. You got field position. You got to go. First down and 10. Wildcats are just going to run the football. I don't get that, Jackie. We've got field position and 2 timeouts in our pocket, and we've got a chance here to maybe throw one over the top here. You got great field position, and we're just going to go to the locker room.
I think he's so frustrated with what he saw out of the last few minutes of that second quarter. He's wanting to get this thing to the daggum locker room as fast as he can.
And we will take it to the locker room. The Wildcats are going to cling to a 1-point lead as we get to halftime here. It's a 14-13 game. And just want to remind folks that tonight's ball game in the 2020 Florida High School Activities Association Class 5A Football Championship is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with a membership of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that student-athletes can compete fairly and equitably in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship. So you are listening to the FHSAA Region Semifinal here on WFBB. We're going to send it to the station for a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back. The Wildcats lead it by 1 point, and we'll be back with halftime in just a moment on WFBB.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation is honored to be a sponsor of Wildcat football. James Curry is a proud Baker County Wildcat, class of 1987. He and his wife Shannon own Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation, located at 380 North Louder Street in McClenny. They can be reached 24 hours a day by calling 259-2806. To learn more, please visit www.blackburncurryfh.com. Proving not all funeral homes are the same, one family at a time. Go Wildcat.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
Hey, Wildcat fans. This is Anita Cruz with Country Financial Credit Union. This challenging year has caused us to miss out on many of our favorite things, but thankfully it hasn't taken away our Friday night lights. It also hasn't changed our credit union's ability to serve your financial needs. Whether you're looking for fee-free checking, mobile banking, or great rates on loans, we're here to help. In fact, we're big enough to meet all your financial needs, yet small enough to deliver personal service to every member. Country Financial Credit Union, hometown banking, hometown people, and proud sponsor of the Baker County Wildcats, insured by NCUA.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate. Call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
Since 1981, Higginbotham's Towing and Recovery has been serving the community of Baker County, providing safe and reliable towing needs. If you need a car or truck towed, or even a shed in your backyard, Higginbotham's is the place to call. Located in Glen St. Mary, they are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. 259-4375. That's 259-4375. The Higginbotham family is so excited to be a proud supporter of Wildcat football.
Fast-moving first half of play here in the Class 5A regional semifinal from Pensacola, Florida. Mike Cruz, Jackie Baker bringing you all the action. I want to welcome you back to our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. Brought to you by Jack Baker and Justin Webb of Baker County Farm Bureau. 259-6332 is the number to call, and they do it all. Jack and Justin, from life insurance, from homeowners insurance, from car insurance. I trust them with my insurance, and you should too, even if you just want to maybe look at an estimate or something. Give them a call and talk to them. 259-6332, Baker County Farm Bureau. Big Wildcat supporters, Justin Webb and Jack Baker, and we thank them for all their support. Jackie, we welcome everybody back to the Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. And I mentioned earlier, Justin Thomas isn't with us tonight, so we don't have stats here tonight. But I will tell you this, the Wildcats, if you want to talk about stats, would be leading every statistical category right now. The Wildcats had chances in that first half to really make this a lopsided ball game, but we find ourselves with a 1-point game here as we sit at halftime. 14-13, the Cats on top. We had a 14-0 lead there, under 3 minutes to go in the first half, and Pine Forest able to come down. They get a tip drill on a pass completion inside the 5. Even with a personal foul that took them back to the 18, they somehow managed to get it in the end zone, and then Wildcats get the ball back. We try to force the issue down the field, throw an interception. They run it back, and just like that, Jackie, make it a 14-13 game.
My goodness, I'm telling you, I said it right before the half, Mike, but it just felt like this Wildcat team was in control the whole first half, and the score still didn't reflect that. You and I talked about it there on the break. Could have easily been a 21, 28-0 Wildcat lead there is what it felt like, and then just like that, very reminiscent of what happened last season right here at Pine Forest. In a matter of seconds, you just watch that 2-touchdown lead slip away to take a 14-13 lead into halftime. Got to be frustrating if you're Coach Kevin Mays and Coach Brock Canada to feel like you're in control, and then all of a sudden look at the scoreboard and it's a ball game, and Pine Forest gets the ball to start the second half.
Well, not just frustrated if you're them. I'm frustrated.
No, yeah.
We had a 7-0 lead. We had the ball inside the 5 at the 1-yard line with a 2nd down and goal, a 3rd down and goal, and a 4th down and goal. And we came away with no points there. The next possession, we had 2 wide receiver, quarterback, just communication issues where it was a chance for us to throw a home run ball there. So easily, Jackie, we could have had a 21-0 or maybe even a 28-0 lead instead of 14-0. So some missed opportunities, some wasted plays that were there. However, if you want to be glass half full here, it's 14-13, and both teams have one half of football left to play. So, Wildcats definitely know that there's some things that we can exploit against this Pine Forest defense. We've seen it already. So, listen, we've got a chance to win this football game. We're up by a point now. I think what we've got to do is focus on that first possession, second half. They get the ball to start the second half. We need to hold them to a 3-and-out. Jackie, get the ball back, kind of take control back of this football game. And you use the word momentum, regain the momentum in the football game.
Yeah, listen, the tempo seemed to be working there at times in the first half. That's kind of the Wildcat go-to, and we seemed to gash them. And then I would like to see us more, maybe try to hit some things on the outside. Cam Smith, J-Mod Ruiz, those guys doing a good job when they can get to the outside and make some plays. The screen pass looked to be working good in the first half. Just a couple little things. You're right. You can exploit this Pine Forest defense.
Jackie, a lot of Wildcat fans across the way. I'm guessing maybe between 200 and 400 Wildcat fans across the way, but they've had those umbrellas out all night. The rain just looks like it just continues to hamper them across the way. Maybe it'll get dry here in the second half. But, Jackie, want to thank all the Wildcat fans for coming along, but also want to thank all the Wildcat fans at home listening in here tonight as the Wildcats try to move to the 4th round. The Wildcats would play, as I mentioned earlier, the Wildcats would play the winner of the Tallahassee Rickards and Ribault game. And right now, coming down into the 4th quarter of that game, Rickards holds a pretty good lead. So looks like Tallahassee Rickards going to win that game. I will go ahead and even go further. The winner of tonight's game would be the host for next week's 4th round regional final game also. So if the Wildcats were fortunate enough to win tonight, we would be the home team for next week. So we'd have the regional final in Baker County. So that's something the Wildcats need to play for here and come out and kind of control the second half. That's what I'm hoping for. Regain the momentum, take this thing over, and let's get a win here in a place that kind of haunts us from a year ago.
Yeah, and just play football, man. At the end of the day, play football, line up, let's mash these guys like we've done all season long. We came out, looked like we were a step slow, than what we used to be, and I'm just ready for this offense to get back clicking like they have been all season long. Spent the last 2 games with miscues here and there that haven't happened all season. If they go out and they start clicking in the second half, they can run away with this thing fairly easily, but you got to get it going. First things first, you got to come out, you got to get a stop.
Well, Jackie, just want to give a couple quick shout-outs here. Wildcats last week. You know, we couldn't have done it without some backup support for you. My buddy John Staples was here with us last week. Want to give a shout-out to him. He's down in Central Florida tonight watching the Vieira Hawks take on Edgewater. Don't have a score update from that, but maybe if John's listening, he'll send us a score update. But John's son, Shane, is a coach down with Vieira, so John down there probably working the sidelines with the Vieira Hawks tonight, see if they can get a win, and supporting his son, Shane, on the game. So he's listening in to the Wildcats, so we want to give John Staples a big Wildcat hello. Did you have some shout-outs, Jack?
No, I don't have any shout-outs. But I did want to tell John Staples I appreciated him stepping in, man. I enjoyed listening to you guys last week. That dude, he just got knowledge spewing out of that head, man. He brings a completely different philosophy to the game that he can look out and see things happening, and I enjoyed listening to y'all. As frustrating as it was for me to be laying there and not being able to be with you, but you guys did a good job.
Well, you know what they say about the people who are longer in the tooth, right? They've had more time to get tired, right? So he's older, so therefore he's got the more time.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. All right, Jack, so let's talk a little bit here. I just wanted to give the fans a little perspective on Wildcats and maybe a little history, a little knowledge here just in terms of the overall playoff experience and what's happening here for this Wildcat football team. Jackie, did you know that since the Wildcats have been playing football, the Wildcats have made the playoffs, this 2020 edition being the 15th playoff appearance for the Wildcat football team? Now, the one thing that maybe you didn't know is that, you know, and things are different in the modern era than they were a long time ago. So playoffs being what they are in the modern era is what I'm talking about. And what I'm talking about when I say that is the state series. So you get to the state series, you get a chance to go to the state playoffs and maybe a chance to win a state championship. That's the modern era version. So in 1989, the Wildcats won our first district championship, and we went to the playoffs that year before losing to Suwannee in the final of the regionals that year. But since that time, Jackie, since that 1989 time, the Wildcats have been to the playoffs 15 times, and we've got an overall record in the playoffs that might surprise you, an overall record in the playoffs of 13 wins and 14 losses. So tonight's game marks the 28th playoff game in the Florida High School Activities Association Series. So, yeah, that's a big number. It's a big number. Now, we did have 5 games a few years ago when we went to the state championship game with Coach Rogers, but you know, overall, if you look down the years here, so the Wildcats in 89 went to the playoffs, 91, 94, 96, 2001, 2002, 2007, 2008, 2009, and after 2010, we've gone to the playoffs 2012, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So right now, Jackie, if you just want to look at it, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, the Wildcats are on a 5-year playoff run. And if you just look back into the history of the Wildcats throughout that entire time, that's the longest run right now. The Wildcats are on the longest run we have of consecutive playoff appearances. Just a little history.
Yeah, that's impressive, I tell you. And we talked about it. Seems like we've finally gotten over the second-round streak or the second-round jinx that haunted us for so long. And so this Wildcat team, man, the last several years, like you said, great runs in the playoffs, and I love nothing more to see this team continue that trend, and we know that they can do it in the way they played all season. Looking forward to a great second half of football.
Yeah, and with that 2017 run that we made to the state championship game, Jackie, in the last 5 years, I talk about us consecutively going to the playoffs now 5 years in a row. We're 8-4 in the last 5 years. So if we can get a win here tonight, move this thing to 9 wins, maybe get 10 wins next week, I mean, this is turning into one of those kind of tradition things. So that's kind of what I was getting at more so than anything. The Wildcats have a good history in the playoffs. Obviously, making it to the state championship a few years ago was kind of like icing on the cake, but it's been good the past several years and in the last 2 decades for sure.
Yeah, and a chance. I mean, you get a win tonight, that puts you at 14-14. So to be a 500 ball club in the playoffs, I mean that's a rich tradition for a school like Baker County.
No doubt about it. I mean, you talk about public schools. I mean, public schools are the teams that have a tougher road, so to speak, in the playoffs. And so when you speak about public schools and a chance to be 500 in the playoffs, it's not an easy thing to do. So a lot of people might say, well, 500, that's not a great record. Well, when you think about the fact that if you don't win a state championship, you're going to have a loss on your record at the end of each year. So automatically you're coming out with a loss every year anyway. So to be 500 in the state series playoffs over a 35-year time span is not bad.
Well, and to put in there, you talked about public school and private schools a couple times. We would get hampered with Bowles and Trinity and Bishop Kenny of being in the same classification as you, as a small public school. And those are the guys that you're going to play in the first and second round. You didn't stand much of a chance, A couple of years we've gotten the best of those guys, but not very often. So, 500, man, that's very impressive for this Wildcat football program.
Jackie, I mentioned to you there were a couple of games I talked to you about earlier on today. The Wildcats getting set to come out here for the second half. So just briefly on college football for tomorrow, a couple of games of interest. The Iron Bowl happens tomorrow. Normally it's the last game of the season in the SEC, but this year due to scheduling, the way that scheduling has worked out, Auburn and Alabama are going to take the field tomorrow. Do you think there's any cause for alarm for the Crimson Tide with Nick Saban not being at the game?
None whatsoever. He make us sit up in the box like we are and pull the window up and just holler at those guys.
Somehow or another, Auburn always makes it a game with Alabama, Jackie, even when they're not as good. This year, Alabama favored by 25. Any chance Auburn makes this a ball game?
Nah, not even close.
Florida, Kentucky tomorrow, high noon. Any chance Kentucky gives Florida any kind of problems tomorrow?
Unfortunately not. Coming off a 60-point loss to Alabama, you're missing 18 players. I don't think it can happen.
Kyle Pitts returns for the Gators tomorrow. Florida State takes on Virginia tomorrow. I was thinking about Florida State earlier. This Florida State team actually beat North Carolina, a team that gave Notre Dame all kind of fits this afternoon until late in the ball game. Well, what's going on?
I don't know. I was thinking about Florida State, too. It turned out somebody had hit a skunk up the road coming down I-10. Thought it was the stench of that terrible ball club in Tallahassee.
Jackie, one game to watch. I'm going to tell you, here's one game for you to watch tomorrow, okay? Texas A&M is a 15-point favorite at home against LSU. Watch this game. I'm not saying LSU is going to win the game, but I am going to tell you that game being late tomorrow evening on the road for LSU at Texas A&M, LSU is going to cover that point spread, and they're going to make it a close game in the fourth quarter. You watch what I tell you.
I hope so, man. I've been looking ever since Texas A&M took our Gators off, man. I've been wanting to see them play again and just haven't had the opportunity. They keep canceling and postponing games, so looking for them to get back on the field and see what in the world we did wrong.
Well, the reason I say that's twofold. LSU has kind of improved week over week to some degree. Now, they're not playing at the LSU level a year ago for sure, but they have improved week over week. The other thing here, Texas A&M might be a little bit of fool's gold to some degree with that team. Watch that game tomorrow. I'm telling you, LSU is going to make it a tough ball game.
I hope you're right.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm over here. You see that very tiny black dot at the top of the visiting stands over there?
Yeah.
On the left-hand side, stairs up there?
Yeah.
That would be my daughter who's out there, not under an umbrella, just living her best life, doing cheers at the top of the stand, getting soaking wet.
Well, she seems to have found the umbrella now. Hey, I want to give one other quick shout-out, Jackie, one of my Wildcat loyal guys and your friend as well as mine, Kelly Cruz, listening back at home in Baker County tonight. Kelly, big Bulldog fan. We'll see what the Bulldogs have, if they have any chance to get back into the mix later. They were ranked number 9 in the playoff poll this week. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
But, Kelly, if you're listening in, go Wildcats, and let's see if this Wildcat defense can get a big stop. You've been listening to the Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report, and we're just about underway here in the second half. This Class 5A region semifinal from Pensacola, Florida. Kickoff comes down around the 25. Pine Forest is going to pick it up there. The Wildcats do a good job here on coverage, and Cameron Crawford is going to come down and make a sure-handed tackle back around the 28-yard line.
Good tackle that time by Cameron Crawford. Pine Forest going to start on about their own 28-yard line. See this Wildcat defense come out and get a stop right here.
I just can't take my eyes off Addison now. She is having the time of her life.
Oh, my goodness, man.
In the rain at the top of the stand.
She thinks she is a Wildcat cheerleader.
First down and 10. Pine Forest has the football. They trail the Wildcats by 1. Just underway second half. 11:50 to go. in the third quarter. Wilcox going to take the snap, and he's going to run it around left end. A little zone read play for the quarterback, and he's going to take it out to the 34-yard line, so a gain of 7 yards on first down.
Wilcox coming out, going to keep it himself. A new little wrinkle. We didn't see him keep too many in that first half.
Kind of surprising there. You didn't see that play a lot in the first half, so he did catch us off guard a little bit, picked up 7 on first down. Johnson is the running back. Wilcox back there with him in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 3. They send the man over into the slot now. Just underway, second half. Wildcats with a 1-point lead. Now they send a receiver in motion, take the toss to him, and just give a straight give to the running back. And he's running hard. That's Johnson out across the 40 to the 44-yard line. And Pine Forest here, we wanted a 3 and out. They're going to pick up a first down at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, going to pick up a big first down there. And again, thought we had a chance to make a play in the backfield, and the Wildcat defender just slipped. So again, the rain coming down.
Yeah, every time I say that, it looks like it just gets a little harder, a little harder. First down and 10 now, Pine Forest from the 43-yard line. Wildcats with a 1-point lead. Quarterback going to fake it to the running back again, and he's going to get short yardage here out to the 46-yard line. Short 3-yard gain there, but he kind of fell forward for that extra yard to make it look better than it was.
Yeah, he's a big old kid, too. Not very swift of foot, but a big, tall kid. When he does fall forward, he does get that extra yard.
2nd down, 7 now. Pine Forest playing on the weak side of the field, we'll call it, the short side here on the right hash along the sideline, along their sideline. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They send a man in motion. They fake the little toss to him, and the running back's going to get the carry and maybe a yard out to the 47-yard line. Watch that little motion play they've got going, because they're faking it every time, Jackie. They're going to come back to that. You know it.
Yeah, they are. And I tell you, if Connor South does his job, every time he sees him coming, he creeps up to the line of scrimmage. So he's waiting on it. Just got to make the play. But you're right. I keep seeing him bring that slot man in motion. They're going to give it to him here shortly.
They didn't do that in the first half.
Big third down here, though, for this Wildcat defense.
New wrinkle here in the second half. 3rd down and 6. Wildcat defense digs in. 4-man front. Now we're showing blitz. Connor South got the end to come up. The right tackle came up out of his stance. As Connor South came up to the line of scrimmage, it'll be 5 yards the other way.
Oh, that's a big break there. So 3rd and about 6. Going to make 3rd and 11 here for this Wildcat defense. So, again, big opportunity to get yourself off the field to start the second half.
Yeah, big opportunity here. 3rd down 11. The Wildcats, that 5 yards is huge. 9:19 to go, third quarter. Wildcats need to get them off the field and get some momentum back in this game. Deep drop here. Wilcox straight back to throw. He's going to fire one deep down the right sideline, and the Wildcats, Carlos Jefferson's going to pick it off easy down at the 15-yard line. That's an interception for the Cats, and we'll take it back the other way. 15-yard line.
Great coverage by Carlos Jefferson that time. Wilcox just tries to throw one deep. Carlos Jefferson was not going to get beat deep as he had 2 steps on the receiver, and that's a huge interception. So maybe that's a start to some of that momentum that we need on the Wildcat sideline.
Well, it's kind of like a punt. You know, it's kind of like a punt in the sense that if he just knocks that down, they're going to have to punt it anyway. So this is kind of like a punt, but the fact that he got the turnover, you're right, it gives some life to our sideline. So I'm fine with that, you know, in that situation. Last week we had a tough situation with Jamil, you know, where he catches it on the 1-yard line, and that put us in a bad field position spot. This one kind of more like a punt. So good job by Carlos Jefferson making the interception. Puts us down 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Crawford going to take the snap, going to keep it himself. He's going to run it out across the 20, but being pushed back there and be driven into the dirt by the defensive lineman. And they should have threw that.
Right, a whistle.
He got positive yardage, though, out to the 21 or right out to the 20. They give him 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. I don't know why they let that play continue like that, you know. Can't let the quarterback get driven into the dirt like that. 2nd down 8 now, and the flag comes in. And what's this flag for, Jackie?
I have no idea.
They're going to call a false start.
Oh, my goodness. Center must have moved the football.
I'm not even sure they were set.
Wow.
You rarely ever see the guy in the middle there, the guy that's kind of the ball overseer. He doesn't throw flags very often. And he just kind of tossed that one in there, and I don't even know if we were even set at that point to have a false start call.
I mean, he's right up in there, too. It's not like that is what he's looking for right now.
But apparently we did something, but I don't even know if anyway. Second down play, Crawford's going to run it to the short side of the field here, and he's got nowhere to go. That was a straight quarterback run, but Jackie, he just runs into the boundary here. There's no room here. I don't understand that call.
No, that was a straight. You're right. That's a straight quarterback run to the short side of the field, and nothing doing as he loses yardage here. So the Wildcat offense up to this point, nothing doing on this drive.
Well, we needed some momentum, and right now we're going backwards. Third down play, Crawford's going to air one out. He's got a wide-open Cameron Crawford at the 42-yard line, and the catch is made. Again, Cameron Crawford, for some reason, is uncovered. And if he could have kept his footing, he might have had a touchdown, but he falls down as he makes the catch at the 42-yard line. But it's a huge first down. We didn't have anything going. That play is going to give us some life.
Yeah, another wheel route that time by Cameron Crawford, and they found something there with that. So
first down and 10 now. Crawford going to give the ball to Scooby. Scooby's running up in there. He's got it to the 45. And Scooby out to the 49-yard line. A 9-yard gain on first down. Good, tough running by Scooby Graham.
Good run that time by Scooby Graham. Just very patiently picking his way through there. Sees the hole. Picks up big yardage there on first down.
Jackie, he was near midfield, and they marked it at the 48. Can you believe that? They move him back a full yard and a half. Second down, call it 2.5 now. It should have been 2nd and 1. Crawford going to give it to Graham again. Graham's got the first down. He's across midfield. He's at the 45. Oh, he's at those 35-30. Scooby Graham, 25-20. He just kept fighting his way in. He scored a touchdown. This is a huge run for Scooby Graham. 52 yards.
Scooby Graham just had 3 Pine Forest defenders hanging on him like they were waiting on the whistle to blow, and he breaks out of there out of nowhere. I didn't even think it was him. I thought it was somebody else running down the sideline. My goodness, what a run by Scooby Graham.
And he just kept those legs going, and if you could just keep the legs moving like he did, Scooby breaks the tackles, gets out of there, 52-yard touchdown run on a drive we thought was dead, Jackie. We ran a play into the short side of the field over here. I thought the drive was dead. We come back, a long pass to Cameron Crawford, and then 2 Scooby Graham runs. Over 60 yards of Scooby Graham runs on that drive, and the Wildcats now have extended the lead back to 21-13.
My goodness, just when it looked like the drive's going nowhere at all. A great throw by Carson Crawford to his brother Cameron, and then you're right, Scooby Graham just takes over. And again, listen, I wish it was live stream because I wish you guys could see this. Scooby Graham's got 3 or 4 defenders just hanging on him, and I see a white jersey streaking out the backside, and Scooby Graham's running down the sideline to score. So great job that time by Scooby Graham. Was not going to be tonight.
No, he's not. Scooby's having a big night tonight, and that play was indicative of Scooby Graham's career. That's the kind of run you get from Scooby. He just picks them up, puts them down, and he doesn't quit until the whistle blows. And he was not going to be denied on that run. 52-yard touchdown run for Scooby Graham. Wildcats going to kick one deep here, and Pine Forest going to get a return out across the 30, maybe the 34-yard line, close to the 35, where they'll have it first down and 10. But the big touchdown by the Cats opens the lead up to 21-13 with 6:56 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's more than anything. Put some more points up on the board here. Get this Wildcat defense back out there, get those guys settled back in. I tell you what, when we're on offense, Mike, I was looking down earlier. It just doesn't look like Pine Forest has a lot of guys on the roster down here. So when you get that tempo going a little bit and keep those, sustain those drives, man, you wear those guys down fast. A lot of them playing both ways, so should be ample opportunity here for the Wildcat defense.
Wilcox in the shotgun. They send the man in motion. This time they do toss it to the man on the jet sweep, and he's got some yardage. He's out across the 40-yard line on a play that looked like it should have been bottled up in the backfield, but that was the play that we were talking about that they would come back to, and they pick up 8 yards on first down.
Yeah, I thought we had it read perfect, Mike, and he found the crease there and picks up 8 yards on first down. You're right, they just brought him in motion. That time, though, it wasn't even twins. He's just coming from the single side here.
Second down play, 2nd down and 2. They're going to give to the deep back here. That's Johnson, and Johnson's going to fight his way out across the 45-yard line, and he's going to get the first down out across the 46 here. So Pine Forest moves the chains to start this possession. They trail the Wildcats 21-13 halfway through the third quarter. We're going to get an official timeout. We'll take one with them. You're listening to the State Series FHSAA Football Regional Final here on WFBB. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Mike Cruz, Jackie Baker here. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Wildcats with a 21-13 lead over the Pine Forest Eagles. First down and 10. Wilcox takes the snap, going to give to the running back, and he's going to get across midfield here on first down to the Wildcat 49-yard line, a 5-yard gain on first down. Cats ahead by 8, Jackie, resetting this thing with 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Wildcats need to get another defensive stop here and keep this momentum, keep the pressure on Pine Forest. Wilcox now, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. He's got a second down and 5. Going to give to the deep back. That's Johnson again, and Johnson just fighting straight ahead yardage against that Wildcat defensive front. Picks up 7.
Yeah, which is something you don't see very often, just running right at the teeth of that Wildcat defense, and not very many teams have been able to do that all year, but Pine Forest sees something inside the tackles. Picks up a first down there.
Yeah, that's the one thing that you don't want to see happening to this Wildcat defensive front. Typically in the middle of the defense, we're solid. First down and 10, they're just going to run the back again, and he's got yardage again inside the middle, but shorter yardage this time, maybe a gain of 4. But, again, you don't like to see the middle gash because it opens up the outside. Second down and 6 upcoming.
Yeah, the Wildcat defensive front usually doing a good job. You don't have to – those linebackers, as well as they play, that defensive front usually does a good job standing those running backs up. But on this drive, Pine Forest picking them apart.
4 minutes and a half, 4.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Again, they run the back again, and this time one too many times to the well, as the Wildcat front says not this time, and they stop him at the line of scrimmage, and it'll make it a third down and 6.
Big stop that time. Feel like Toby Kinghorn over there from that outside linebacker spot. Nothing doing.
And that's where, Jackie, as a coach, if you've gashed the middle 4 straight times, don't you know you fake the middle play action and you've got somebody open somewhere?
Don't say that.
I'm just saying. Third down and 6 in the shotgun, Wilcox, and he's going to get the Wildcats to jump here on the hard count.
Oh, man,
and they're going to get 5 yards.
Coach Kennedy cannot be happy about that. That is just a mental mistake on 3rd and 6. After they've already got you. You know what I mean? It's not like they've just pulled that out. That's about the 3rd time you've committed that foul.
And that's what we got other teams with early in the year, and we got them with it one time tonight. But now, instead of 3rd and 6, they're facing 3rd and 1. So probably 4-down territory here for the Pine Forest Eagles. They go pro set, quarterback under center, going to give to the fullback, and he's easily got the first down to around the 30-yard line right there. So they'll reset, turn the chains over, 1st and 10 from the 30 now.
Golly, that's a frustrating penalty.
Yeah, that's absolutely frustrating, especially when it's something that you do to other teams. Right? When you get beat with your own medicine, that's not good. First down and 10, Pine Forest from the Wildcat 30. They trail the Wildcats by 8. It's 21-13 here late in the third quarter. Wilcox in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks to fire. He's got a receiver open on the left sideline over there, and he makes a catch. and he fights ahead for the first down yard. It's going to be close. He might be a yard short, but a 9-yard gain for the Eagles.
Yeah, that time just Wilcox works to his right down there. His slot receiver number 8, kind of his go-to guy. Wildcats had him covered up, so he dumps it down for a 9-yard gain.
2nd down and 1 now. Pine Forest from the Wildcat 21-yard line. Going to hand it straight ahead, and they're going to get the first down inside the 20-yard line, and just barely got the first down, but they'll reset the chains again, 1st and 10 from right there. This is a kind of methodical drive for Pine Forest coming back after the Wildcat touchdown. Scooby Gray a moment ago made it an 8-point game with a 52-yard touchdown run, but now the Eagles coming back. 1st and 10 from the Cat 19 now. Wilcox in the shotgun. Same formation they've ran all night, and they just slipped the receiver out to the left side, and he goes out of bounds after a 3-yard gain. So he was wide open on the left side, but because he steps out of bounds over there, just a very short gain here to make it 2nd and 8.
Short gain, and if we're going to – but we've done a lot of bending. It's time to go ahead and let's get off the field right here. 2nd and 8. Demarion Baker checks in at linebacker.
Carlos Jefferson had a Wildcat interception on Pine Forest's last possession. Now 2nd down and 8 from the 18-yard line. Wilcox is under center, under pressure, and he's going to get hit and dropped. He was able to scramble out of there and get positive yards up to the 16-yard line, but he should have been sacked in the backfield. He gets about 2, though, and it's going to make it 3rd and long, 3rd and about 7.
3rd and 7 here, and great coverage that time by the Wildcat secondary. Just forced Wilcox hold that ball longer than he wanted to, and the Wildcat defensive line able to get to him. So a big 3rd down here.
3rd down play, Wilcox in the shotgun. Wildcat showing pressure, and we're offsides again.
How? I mean, come on, guys. Good gracious.
Wildcats come off sides on the far sideline over there, on the far side of the field, I should say. And that's going to give them 5 more yards. And instead of 3rd and 6.5, it's 3rd and 1.5.
I mean, listen, do I got to do like I did my 8U Wildcats all season and watch the ball, guys? My goodness.
Twice on this drive, it makes it a 3rd and very short situation. And again, they go to the pro set with the fullback, and they give it to the deep back, and he's going to be inside the 10, pounding his way down toward the goal line, down toward the 3-yard line. So now Pine Forest is poised to answer this Wildcat score as their 1st and goal from the 3.
I'm telling you, those are the mistakes, Mike, that I just can't. Man, I'm telling you, I'd want to be all in their ears over there on the sideline.
1st and goal inside the 3. Again, quarterback under center here. He fumbles the football briefly, but gives to the running back, and he's going to walk into the end zone. He fumbled the football from the snap, picked it up, got it into the running back's belly, and he goes around the end. I think that play was designed to go to the middle, Jackie, but they bounced it outside, nobody home, and Pine Forest has answered the Wildcat touchdown here with 1:06 to go in the quarter.
3rd and 6 twice, Mike. 3rd and 6 twice, and you jump. That is just poor mental toughness.
Pine Forest is not playing around with the extra point game here. Down 2, 21-19. They're going for 2. So even with the touchdown, this could be a huge play if the Wildcat defense can force a stop. 21-19 ball game. Wilcox under center. They run a man in motion. He's going to look to throw. He's got a man coming out of the backfield, and he missed him. He had him wide open. They ran a little fullback out of the backfield pass to the right side. He had him wide open, and Wilcox could have ran it in, Jackie. He overthrows him, and they missed the 2-point conversion. A big break for the Wildcats.
A big break indeed. And now this offense, man, I'm not going to feel comfortable until we have a 3-touchdown lead, I don't think, Mike.
Jackie, a little bootleg action on the 2-point play. Wilcox could have walked in. He just had to flip it to the fullback. And Jackie, my goodness, what an error by the Pine Forest Eagles.
A huge break for the Baker County Wildcats, who needed a break.
21-19 now. The Wildcats still on top by 2. These extra points, man, in these playoff games become so critical. They're going to kick a low little line drive down there, and the Cats will cover it up. Cameron Crawford, good ball control there at the 35-yard line, and the Cats will take it there, 1st and 10 from their own 35. Jackie, I want to remind you one more time that the Florida High School Activities Association is sponsoring these playoffs, so good sports programs need good officials. You can stay connected to interscholastic competition by becoming an FHSAA contest official. There's a need for officials at all levels in all sports, and you can help fill those needs. We invite you to join the thousands of men and women that are part of the FHSAA program. Go to FHSAA.org for more information. 1st down and 10. Carson Crawford going to keep it himself. He's fighting hard out across the 40-yard line, and he's going to pick up close to 10 yards here on 1st down.
Good run that time by Carson Crawford, and you're right. I think he picked up a 1st down. Good job faking that to Jamarian Baker inside. Carson Crawford pulls it, and he does. He picks up a 1st down, and now here they go.
45 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 Cats. Jamarian Baker's got it. He's going to bounce it outside. He's across midfield. He's got a 12-yard gain here, and the Wildcats 2 straight 10, 12-yard runs, and the Wildcats are going to have a 1st down into Pine Forest territory.
Come on, line up. Where are you going, Jamarian? Get back over there.
Hey, he's celebrating.
Let's run this tempo. Got them on their heels.
1st and 10 now from the 42 of Pine Forest. Jamarian Baker back there. Wildcats split 3 receivers to the top of the field. Crawford is hitting the backfield. The ball was, that was a tough play. They almost fumbled the football. Jamarian was able to keep it, but we're going to lose the yard on the play.
Very reminiscent of some of those plays we saw against Swanee and Raines, Mike, where, I mean, you pick up 12 yards and then the offensive line just gets blown up on the next play.
Well, we're going to go to the 4th quarter. Wildcats with a 2-point lead, 21-19. You're listening to the FHSAA football series right here on WFBB. We're going to take a 30-second timeout and come back for the start of the 4th quarter. You're listening to Wildcat football on 97.5 WFBB.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Wildcats of Baker County traveling tonight for the Class 5A Region semifinal from Pensacola, Florida, taking on the Pine Forest Eagles on their home field. The Wildcats with a 2-point lead with 12 minutes on the clock in the ball game. We start the 4th quarter with the Wildcats facing a 2nd down and 11. 3 receivers for the Cats to the right, Jamarian Baker in the backfield. Crawford keeps it himself. He's going to run it down across the 40 and down to the 37-yard line. So Crawford picks up about 6 yards here and brings up a 3rd down and 5.
Another good run that time by Carson Crawford, going to get us in a manageable 3rd down situation here. After 1st down, we lost a yard. Was able to get that back and some. So 3rd and 5 here.
4 down territory, most likely for the Cats here inside Pine Forest territory. From the 37, Crawford drops straight to throw, fires one down the middle. He's got a man down there, and he overthrows him. He had him wide open, coming free. It was Cam Smith, and the pass just about a yard too long.
I mean, wide open. My goodness, he's going to want to have that one back a couple times tonight. Carson Crawford just put a little more air under that, man, and let these fast guys run underneath it. He had him down the middle of the field.
Wildcats go tempo, going for it here on 4th down, and we get them to come into the neutral zone. We're going to get them with the 5-yard offside penalty, and that should be enough for a 1st down, Jackie. It should be. It should be right at it at least. It'll be a 1st down. They've already flipped the down marker. Huge call right there, but a miss again on the touchdown pass. That would have been a touchdown to Cam Smith. 1st down and 10 now from the 32-yard line of the Eagles. Wildcats going to run it up in the middle with Scooby Graham, and Scooby Graham has just met at the line a host of Eagles there. He runs it down to the 30, maybe a positive gain of, they only give him a yard to the 31. He was clearly to the 30, but they bring it back to the 31. Oh, my goodness.
Almost to the 32.
Second down and 9 now. Crawford calls for the ball. Going to give it to Jamarian Baker. No, he fakes it to Baker and kept it himself, and he's going to be hit in the backfield. And that did not work the way that it needed to. We lose 2. It'll be 3rd and 11.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, I still feel like we got to run to the outside some. Get Cam Smith in some space. Draymond Lewis out there in some space.
3rd down 11. Tough situation for the Wildcat offense here. Deep in Pine Forest territory at the 34-yard line. 10.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Wildcats clinging to a 2-point lead. Crawford takes the snap. He's got a receiver. He's open down near the corner of the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted. No, it's incomplete. The defensive back dropped the ball. He had a receiver break into the corner. Was that Jamad Lewis?
He had Jamad out there on a little post corner route. Double coverage out there. Has safety help over the top.
So the Wildcats look like they're going to keep the offense on the field here. 4th down and 11. Tough spot. Need a lot of yards here. 10:17 to go. You could punt the ball and maybe flip field position here. Wildcats taking a lot of time here. They're going to end up taking a timeout, I believe, and kicking a punt or 4 to 5 yard penalty a punt. I think that the right call here would be to punt the football, Jackie. They're going to take a timeout. If you are going to punt, though, why wouldn't you just take the 5 yard penalty? Keep the timeout.
Yeah, yeah. Gonna need that timeout for sure in a game. Oh, maybe they did do that. Well,
no, they didn't. That's what I think everybody was expecting, but the Cats, I think, called timeout.
I think they're going to talk about it.
Oh, they are. Okay. So we're not going to get the timeout. We're going to take the delay here. Back it up 5 yards. That was the right thing.
Yeah. You definitely did. Yeah, there was no point in wasting the timeout for sure.
Jamil Jones make the punt away for the Cats. Maybe we can pin them deep here and make their offense work. 4th down play. Wildcats with a 2-point lead. Good snap back to Jones. He's going to kick a high punt. Not a very good one. Maybe it'll get a roll. It's going to take a Pine Forest roll, and it's only going to be down to the 22-yard line. So that's not what we needed. We needed it down inside the 10. And Pine Forest is going to get the ball at the 22. So kind of another wasted opportunity for the Cats there. That punt only goes about 15 yards. 10:08 to go in the game. Wildcats ahead by 2, 21-19. A week ago on this very field, Suwannee lost to the Pine Forest Eagles 21-20. Can you believe we've got a very similar score here tonight?
The Wildcat defense better figure it out on this drive, I'm telling you. Pine Forest able to go down and score with ease on the last drive.
Wildcats creep up to the line of scrimmage here. They're going to give it to the deep back. Zane Mobley, one of the first men there. And the Wildcats stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on that play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Good job that time again, just trying to run right into the teeth of that Wildcat defense and nothing doing. You called it, though, earlier when you can start picking up chunk yardage in the middle, man, that outside becomes very vulnerable, and that's exactly what happened on that touchdown run.
It was. 2nd down and 10 now. Pine Forest with the football. Their own 22-yard line. Quarterback in the shotgun. He's going to be under heavy pressure from Camilo Rollins. Gets it away. Had a man across the middle and overthrows him. Just overthrew him by a couple of yards, and Wildcats had a chance at a sack there. Wilcox was able to get the ball away, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
And I thought Camilo Rollins was going to have him on the sack, and Wilcox able to escape. Fires a bullet down the middle of the field and had a man and just missed him, so a big break for that Wildcat defense. Going to bring up a big 3rd and 10 here.
All those folks listening back in Baker County, I know it's about 10:15 there local time. Stay with us. 9:29 to go in the game. Cats clinging to life here. 3rd down and 10. Cats pressure him again. He's hit as he throws, and he throws it out of bounds, far sideline. And it's a big stop for this Wildcat defense. It'll bring up 4th down and 10.
A huge stop that time. Big pressure up the middle by the Wildcat defense. Forces Wilcox to overthrow the receiver out of bounds, and the Wildcats going to get an opportunity to take over. Up 21-19, 9:21 left in the 4th quarter, so plenty of time, but a chance here for the Wildcats to get great field position.
Jamil Jones with the rain falling a little bit harder again is going to stand at midfield to return the punt. The punt is away. It's a decent punt. Jones is going to catch it right at midfield. So the Cats will have good field position and a nice job by Jamil Jones to control that punt and take the fair catch there. And right at midfield, the Cats will have great field position.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Jamil Jones has done a great job back there today. I mean, nothing electric by any means, but just stopping those balls. He's saving this Wildcat offense 15 yards on those kicks.
Jackie, sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is having respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. And these playoffs, as I'll remind you, are brought to you by the Florida High School Activities Association, the FHSAA. First down and 10 Wildcats from midfield. Crawford going to take it, and he gives the ball to Graham, and Graham's running hard in the middle of that defense. Is going to pick up 5 yards on first down.
Good run that time by Scooby Graham, just finding a little crease there. Going to pick up 5 big yards. And, man, I'd love to just see a nice, sustained drive here, go down and put some points up for this Wildcat offense in a dogfight right now with the Pine Forest Eagles.
Well, and who do you trust on this offense? You trust Scooby Graham, and he picked up 5 there on first down. He's the guy I look to lead this offense down the stretch. He's going to get it again here on second down, and he fights his way down to the 41-yard line, very close to a first down. And right here, you just want to move these chains once or twice, get it down deep, and then try to make this, like you said, a good touchdown drive. It'll be 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1 here. I'm with you. If I need a yard, where's Scooby Graham? The offensive line got to step up here.
Get a push here. 3rd down. Carson Crawford going to give it to Jamarian Baker right there. He was lined up in the fullback spot, and Jamarian Baker is going to dive across the 40 to the 38-yard line, 38.5 for the first down. The Cats move the chains.
Good push that time by the offensive line. When you need a yard, that's what we were talking about earlier in the game. You got playoff football. You got to be able to pick up a yard, and they did just that.
Yeah, and I thought Crawford might sneak that. You don't see him go under center very often. He went under center, gave it to the fullback, which was Jamarian Baker. This time we're going to run Jamarian Baker to the left side, and he slips down. He was trying to make a cut back up the field, and with the moisture on the field right now, you're not going to get good footing, and that cut turned into a slip, and he lost a yard.
Oh, golly, those are just the plays that you hate to see, Mike. Got a little momentum going. You got some good things happening, and then just a slip down like that puts you behind the sticks, 2nd and 11.
2nd down 11. Cats from the 40-yard line exactly of the Pine Forest Eagles. Crawford, straight drop in the shotgun, throws one to the left side. He's got a man on the sideline over there. It's going to be incomplete as he threw it behind Graham. He had Graham down the sideline for a moment. They had pressure coming from this side on Crawford that time. You got to believe the field conditions have got something to do with some of the errant throws that Crawford's had tonight.
Yeah, just the weather in general.
3rd and 11. Crawford again, straight drop. They had a screen set up. They let the guys through, but nobody to throw it to. And now Crawford is going to be bounced backwards, and he throws it incomplete. We're going to get bailed out on that because that could have been intentional grounding, but the ball is called incomplete. It'll go back to the line of scrimmage, and we'll have to punt it, Jackie.
That's a break, I'll tell you. You hate to punt right there. You want to put points on the board, but, man, that's a break on a busted play.
Crawford was all the way back to the 40 of the Wildcats, which was about 20 yards back upfield. Somehow or another, he went to throw it. It kind of slipped out of his hands a little bit. They called it incomplete, which was the right call. But he was out of the pocket, so really not grounding there. Jamil Jones is going to punt a better one this time. It's going to be called for a fair catch around the 11, and that's a much better punt.
Much better punt. Hey, listen, at the end of the day, yeah, Jamil Jones is our punter, but he's not your prototypical style punter out there. So you start trying to get this guy to coffin kick balls from the 35-yard line. Tough to do, but that time a great punt. So this Wildcat defense is going to have to come out and stand one more time, up 21-19 with 6:56. Into the 4th quarter.
Really, probably the biggest drive of the game here, Jackie, because Pine Forest down by 2, 21-19, 6:56 to go in the ball game. Not a lot more opportunities for them. So if you're on the offensive side of the ball for Pine Forest here, you got to be thinking this is the drive. You've got to do it.
Well, that and this Wildcat offense is reeling right now, Mike. They just can't seem to find their way, find their footing, so to speak. And Pine Forest goes down and drives and scores right here. You're behind big time with just a abysmal offensive performance you've had in the last few drives.
21-19 ball game, 6:56 to go in the game. Pine Forest with the ball from their own 12-yard line, following the Wildcat punt. Wilcox goes to the shotgun. He takes the snap, fires to the right. They go back to the little flare pass out of the backfield, and they're going to pick up maybe 6 yards on the play on a little flare pass to the right. Positive yards for Pine Forest, 2nd down and 4.
Going back to the bread and butter of that first quarter.
Yeah, that's what they ran the entire first possession when they drove down the field on the Cats. Now, we did turn them away on that possession, but they got a lot of yards in between the 20. 2nd down and 4. Wilcox again in the shotgun. This time he's going to give it. No, he's going to fake it to the deep back, and Zane Mobley read it all the way, and he was back there in the backfield and put the hit on the quarterback, and he's going to lose 2 yards.
Great play that time by Zane Mobley, and Wilcox got lucky. He lost the ball there at the end of the play. They're going to call him down, but, man, that was close. So a good play that time by Zane Mobley. Big third down. Big third down here.
Nice play by Zane Mobley. He read the quarterback the entire time, coming from that defensive end position. Put him in a position where he had to take a loss, and it's 3rd down and almost 7. Wilcox in the shotgun, takes the drop. He goes straight back to throw, fires one across over here, and it's going to be one hopping the receiver and incomplete. The receiver tried to run a little in route there, and it'll be 4th down, so they don't even run a minute off the clock here, and they're going to have to punt it away again to the Wildcats.
Yeah, just kind of the same thing. They're dealing with the errant field conditions and weather conditions. Wilcox throws a pretty decent ball, and that time you're right, just one hops the receiver.
Jackie said, we haven't seen all the scoring in this game, I can tell you. 6 minutes to go in the game. Jamil Jones stands back to return inside Eagle territory. It's an end-over-end punt at the 40-yard line, and the Wildcats are going to have great field position. Playing the field position game to perfection right now, and we've got it at the 40. And here's where you have to capitalize.
Already, I'm telling you, Mike. It's just been a stalemate on both offenses. I thought the Wildcats would come out here when they scored the first touchdown in the second half and had a chance to really start putting something together. And Pine Forest turned right around and answers. And now the last few series, defensive battles on both sides of the ball.
From the 40-yard line, the Wildcat offense back on the field. 6:05 to go. Carson Crawford in the shotgun. Takes a snap, going to give it to the first man through. That's Cam Smith, and he's got a hole. Smith fights his way down inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. A first down run, 12 yards for Cam Smith.
Oh, man, and one of those defensive linemen was able to grab him and slow him up, or Cam Smith was off to the races.
Cam Smith, the speed back, in there right now. First down and 10 inside the 30-yard line. And, again, they give it to Cam Smith trying to find the hole inside there. And Smith is going to get a yard here maybe to the 26. Clock running down to 5.5 minutes to go. Wildcat offense trying to make something happen here late in the game, up by 2.
I like to see him take that, run that speed option with Carson and Scooby out there.
1 yard gain by Cam Smith on the last play. He almost broke the previous play. Like you said, one lineman able to grab his jersey, slow him down. Scooby's going to run this one to the left side, and Scooby's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, and he's not going anywhere. So 2 downs for the Cats now following the first down where we don't get out of our own way. And it's 3rd and 11.
How does that happen?
Trying to control the line of scrimmage up there. The Wildcats are running a little bit of clock, 4.5 minutes to go in the game. And now a critical 3rd and 11 situation because with the clock running out, again, not many more opportunities that either offense is going to see the football. Cats running clock here, and I don't know if they're going to call timeout and talk about it, Jackie.
Yeah, I mean, this is a critical play. Coach Mays looks like he is. He's going to call a timeout and wants to talk about it. 3rd and 11. You're up 21-19 with 4:24 left in the ball game. My goodness, what a game!
Well, and the way this series started out with Cam Smith busting one for 12 yards, you had big thoughts in mind because with that failed 2-point conversion that Pine Forest had, if the Wildcats could score and get an extra point, you make it a 2-possession game. And at this point in the game, with the clock where it is, virtually impossible for Pine Forest to come back from that this late in the ball game and still having issues at the point of attack.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right, Mike. You go down and put points up right here, it's a completely different ball game. But on 3rd and 11, what play is Coach Mays going to draw up here to try to pick up a first down?
Well, if you're thinking 4-down territory, you got to pick up 6 or 7 here. 3rd down 11. Yeah, straight drop for Crawford. He looks down the field to throw. He's got a man in the end zone. It's going to be caught by Draymond Lewis, and he's got a touchdown. No, it's incomplete. Oh, was it intercepted?
What just happened? A touchdown.
I guess it was just incomplete.
Ah.
4th down. Lewis came open back there, and Crawford put it back there where only Jamar Lewis could catch it, and I thought he caught it, Jackie.
Yeah.
But he didn't. Incomplete, and we're going for it with 4:16 to go in the game. Crawford a straight drop and a flag down.
Jeez.
As we're going to get a false start.
False start on a wide receiver. Golly.
False start.
Yeah, we have just shot ourselves in the foot repeatedly tonight. With just that's a mental mistake, Mike. There's no excuse for that whatsoever. No excuse for that.
Well, the penalty helps Coach Mays, actually, because he's able to punt it now, because if you don't get it on 4th and 11 there and you give Pine Forest that field position, right here you have a chance maybe to pin them deep. Jamil's going to punt one high. Fair catch is called for, and it's going to be made at the 12-yard line. So we're able to pin them fairly deep here at the 12-yard line. And so maybe the penalty helped the Cats there, not turning it over back up around the 30. I don't know, Jackie. Looking for a silver lining.
I don't know either. I'm just after the mental errors we've made tonight on the field, I don't want to see another one. My goodness.
Yeah, what Jackie describes, a game where the Wildcats have 21 points. Obviously, a game we could have 35, maybe even 42 points in this game. Just so many little mistakes in such a critical ball game. 4:08 to go as we approach the final here. 21-19. They're going to run it straight up the middle. The running back's got it, and he's out across the 15 to the 16-yard line, plowing his way ahead for maybe 4 yards on first down. This is where the clock is going to become an enemy for both teams. 3:50 to go in the ball game, but the Wildcats do have the 2-point lead. Clinging ever so desperately. 3:45 to go in the football game. Wilcox in the shotgun. 2nd down. 6 yards to go. They run a man in motion. They're going to toss it to him to the short side of the field. He's going to get up ahead to the 18-yard line and tackle right away right there. Looked like 15. Ronnie Ellis maybe came up there and got the tackle. Kept him short of the 20.
Good tackle by Ronnie Ellis that time. So here we go. 3rd and 4 here. Watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Yeah, you cannot give up a 3rd down, come across the line, offside penalty like we did on the touchdown drive a moment ago. 3:07 to go. After this play, we'll be under 3 minutes to go in the ball game. 3rd down and 4. Wilcox fires one out to the right side, and he's nowhere near his receiver. It was short. It'll be 4th down. 2:56 on the clock. If they go for it here and don't get it, they're sealing their fate. They're leaving the offense on the field, Jackie.
Oh.
Huge play here.
4th and 4. Watch the ball again. I tell you, I guarantee you that's what they're going to go for. They may.
4th down and 4. Wilcox in the shotgun. The Wildcats swoop up to the line of scrimmage here. They're talking to the sideline now. The Wildcats didn't bite on any hard cadence calls here. It's 4th down.
Game on the line. They snap it to him. Wilcox fires one out there, and the receiver makes the catch, and he's got an easy first down. He's out across the 30. Fumble on the play, and let's see who got it. I don't know who got it. They got the first down, but let's see who comes up with the football. There was a Pine Forest Eagle there and a Wildcat there. And the Wildcats indicate, well, they're celebrating, but I don't know why. We don't know if we have the ball. And Pine Forest has it. They got the first down and the football after the fumble. Can you believe that?
I don't know. They're still talking about it. Wildcats are saying we're on the football, and the referees are trying to sort it out.
And the Wildcat coaches are telling the Wildcat players to get back. The Wildcats act like we had the football. And the Wildcat coaches are on the field. And they do. We have the football.
Wildcat football. Wow, what a play.
And a flag down now against Pine Forest as they get 2 flags down. You're going to get some unsportsmanlike here, Jackie. And the Pine Forest folks, not another one. No, the Pine Forest folks are not going to be happy about this. The Wildcats are going to get the virtue of the turnover. Oh, Jackie, I just don't know. I don't know how the officials can let that play go and not make a definitive call like that. They let Pine Forest come out thinking they had the ball, and then the Wildcats come in and say, no, we had the ball. And with 3 unsportsmanlikes here, with 2:45 to go, the Cats are going to get the ball and great field position.
Well, yeah, I mean, 2:45 to go. You don't want to lose your cool there by any means. Down 2.
And another unsportsmanlike. They're going to mark it from the 14 now inside the 7. So the Cats will have a first and goal at the 7-yard line after all that. So, Jackie, going back to the play on 4th down, they hit the receiver screen out there. He made the first down, but one of the Wildcats came up and punched it out, and the Wildcats get the turnover, and now they've got a first and goal at the 7. Wildcats give it to Scooby. Scooby's fighting his way inside down to the 5-yard line, and we're going to run clock here.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely got to run clock right here. Hang on to the football. That's what you're telling Scooby Graham and Jamarian Baker. Hang on to the football right here. No need to be in a fired-up hurry. 2:30 and counting.
Somehow or another, we've got to get this in the end zone and seal this game. Somehow or another. Second down play from the 6-yard line. Second down and goal. Crawford takes it. He's going to run it. Crawford's inside the 5. He's fighting his way down to the 2. Very close to the 2-yard line. It'll be third and goal from there.
Third and goal from the 2-yard line. Carson Crawford pulls it out of Jamarian Baker's belly. Keeps it himself.
Jackie, what have we seen here tonight? Timeout.
Thank goodness. I need to catch my breath.
Well, the timeout doesn't help us. You know, we needed that clock to run down and leave them with no time on the clock, but that's not going to be the case here. 2:06 to go in the game. Really, the ball game rests on the Wildcats getting this in the end zone. I mean, if we can get it into the end zone with everything else that's happened, Jackie, we could force this to be a 2-possession game and the game would virtually be over. If we don't get this in the end zone, then with 2 minutes to go, they're going to have about 99 yards to drive the field.
Oh, man, sickening. Sickening.
If you're still listening in Baker County, this has been a wild one. It's been a wild one, and it's about what we expected. We expected it to be a wild one. The Wildcats have had opportunities. Pine Forest has had a few opportunities, but not the opportunities the Wildcats have had. But somehow or another, we're still ahead by 2 points in this game, 21-19. And somehow or another, we've got a 2-point lead and a chance to get a touchdown here. Third down and goal from, say, the 3-yard line. Wildcats are going to split 3 receivers out to the right side here. Only Scooby Graham in the backfield. Carson Crawford may roll out here, Jackie. Third down play. Crawford going to give it to Scooby, and he's going to fight his way down there. He's close to the goal line. He's got it. Scooby Graham from 3 yards out, the Wildcats score.
Scooby Graham was not going to be denied on that play, Mike. I thought they hit him in the backfield, and again, just keeps turning those legs. Gets a late push from his offensive line there and picks up a huge touchdown for this Wildcat offense.
Well, it's huge. The extra point could make it even better because right now it's an 8-point lead. The extra point would make it 9. The kick is down. It was blocked, but they were offsides, clearly. Either an offsides or a false start, one or the other. It's going to be offsides against
Pine Forest. So we'll get a chance to kick it again. But here's the key, Jackie. We're up by 8 right now. So 8 means that even with a score, they've got to get a 2-point conversion to tie you. You get this extra point here to make it a 9-point game, you virtually seal the ball game. Now, I'm not going to say anything's over, but I'm going to say you virtually seal the ball game with those extra points. So critical. Snaps back. Mays has got it. The kick is on the way, and he drilled it down the middle, and the Cats take a 9-point lead, 28-19, and that's where I was going to tell you this earlier, but I didn't want to jinx anything. When Pine Forest went for 2 there, I almost thought it was premature on their part. You know, you kick the extra point, you just make it a 1-point game. At least you keep it within an 8-point game on the chance that the Wildcats score again. So that's one of those tough calls these coaches are making nowadays, and I'm glad sometimes I'm not the head coach making that call. But when you look at it from a just pure analytical standpoint, that 2-point conversion comes back to be very key now.
Yeah, less than 2 minutes to go in this ball game. Far from over right here. You brought back some old memories earlier before the game about how this thing transpired last year, and the kickoff return for a touchdown played a part in that.
It did.
Let's get this thing.
There was a lot more time in that game last year.
Yeah, that's true.
But we'll talk about that in a moment. Scooby approaches the ball. He's going to kick one deep here. Comes down to around the 15. They fumble the football. Come back up and get on it. Wildcats are going to tackle him back before the 20. So right at the 20-yard line is where Pine Forest will put it in play with 1:50 to go in the game. And, Jackie, a year ago, we did. We scored a touchdown to make it a 28-14 game with about 6.5 minutes to go in the game. They returned the kick to make it 28-21, and then they scored 21 unanswered points to win the game in the final 6 minutes. So they didn't return the kickoff, so they've got to go 80 yards here to even get back to a chance for an onside kick.
Don't get beat deep. That's the one thing I can tell you now. Forget watching the ball anymore. Don't get beat deep.
1:52 to go in the game. The Cats up by 9, 28-19. Cats with a big opportunity here to get a win on the road at Pine Forest and get some revenge from last year. Wilcox back there to throw. He fires one across the middle. It's incomplete. Caught and then dropped by the receiver out here. And now a flag down after the play. And I don't know what in the world is going on. Somebody ripped off one of the helmets for the Wildcats and threw it. Going to get a personal foul against the Wildcats here, and a personal foul against the Wildcats, and an ejection against the Wildcats. What in the world just happened? That's going to be 30 yards, Jackie.
What in the world just happened?
One of the Wildcats' helmet was 25 yards upfield.
I think he called it the wrong way, Mike. He's backing Pine Forest up.
Well, unsportsmanlike was called and an ejection again. So he's made 2 ejection calls here, Jackie. So I'm not sure who was ejected, but he pointed the wrong way. You're right. So I knew that had to be against Pine Forest. But somebody was ejected from the ball game. He made the ejection call twice. One of the Wildcats guys had his helmet thrown 25 yards upfield, and I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, I didn't see it at all. I saw the helmet come rolling.
The unfortunate problem here is the referees have kind of lost a little bit of control, and this Pine Forest home crowd is not going to be nice to us when we leave, Jackie, just so you're prepared.
Yeah, they laid it out.
Oh, my goodness.
Nonetheless, after all of that, they backed Pine Forest up.
Yeah, they do. I mean, he signaled the wrong way, but they marked the yardage the correct way. Pine Forest is now backed all the way up to the 5-yard line. And after all that, they've got a first down and about 30 from the 5-yard line with 1:38 on the clock. We just need this clock to run out, and let's get out of here. He's going to fire one deep down the field. The Wildcats have good position. It's going to be intercepted. Ronnie Ellis back there makes the interception, and that's going to seal this football game. The Wildcats are going to be able to run this thing out. The Wildcats are going to get the big win on the road, Jackie. In a game that you could talk a lot about what ifs and a lot of missed opportunities, but the one thing that you want to do in the playoffs is just keep winning, right? So you keep winning and you keep the opportunities alive, and right now the Cats have an opportunity to close this thing out.
And here's what you got to be telling your guys right now. Pine Forest is done. They've got nothing else to play for. Don't be getting mixed up in any of this mess after the play right here with what's going to happen, because you still got games to play, and we can't have a suspension going into to the next game.
No, you're exactly right. The Wildcats come up to the ball, first down and 10 from the Pine Forest 37. We've got a 28-19 lead, and we just need to get out of here with the win. I can report back to Wildcat fans that Scooby Graham runs it to the left side, and he's going to try to stay in bounds, and unfortunately, he was out of bounds. He was on skates over there with the wet field. But, Jackie, I can report to the Wildcat fans listening in at home that Tallahassee Rickards did get the win against Ribault tonight. So, as we talked about earlier, the Wildcats, and you can look at the bracket here, the homemade bracket I gave you before the game, the Wildcats now with a win in round 3. This is the regional semifinal. So the win in round 3 will advance us to the region final, which will be December 4th, next Friday, at Baker County, at Memorial Stadium. So we'll take on Tallahassee Rickards in that football game. Wildcats going to run Graham again up inside the 35-yard line down to the 33, and the clock's going to run under a minute to go here.
Yeah, finally a home playoff game, man. Golly.
I believe Pine Forest just used their last time out of the ball game, so third down play coming up for the Cats, but it doesn't really matter now, Jackie. We're up 9. We've just got to salt this game away, and the Cats will get the win on the road here tonight. And, yeah, home playoff game. We would have had one in the first round against Panama City Arnold, but that was a forfeit, so the Cats got a win in that game, moved on to the second round last week in a hard-fought game against Raines. Oh, got the victory there somehow, got the victory at Raines last week, and now a chance here up 9 to get the victory at Pine Forest and move back home against a very game Tallahassee Rickards team. They scored over 40 points on Ribault tonight.
I'm telling you, the Wildcats, we kind of thought like this bracket was going to be a little easier when you start basing stuff on records and this and that. And we both should have known, and as long as we've been around it, man, when the playoffs start, you can throw those records out the window.
Well, there's some tough teams in this bracket because it rains year in, year out, regardless of that record. You got to go back and look at the teams that they lost to. There's some very tough competition. We talked about it last week. Pine Forest kind of in the same boat. They play a lot of very tough teams out here, and even though they had a 500 record on the year, this is a tough Pine Forest team, a team we lost to last year in the playoffs. So having a chance to get a win tonight, a little revenge against these Pine Forest Eagles is huge. Flag down here before the game, and somebody moved up there. All start on the Cats.
I'm telling you, man.
The clock just won't run, Jackie. It's sitting on 109.
This is just stuff, though. It can't happen, Mike. I mean, you can't be 3 rounds deep in the playoffs, jumping all sides with the game on the line.
Third down play. Scooby's going to get it again, and Scooby's going to run to the left side, and Scooby's going to run some clock here. They're still showing one Pine Forest timeout, and they burn it here. So right at a minute to go, Pine Forest is going to try to salvage one last opportunity with their last timeout. So, John Meadows, I appreciate you hanging in there. All you folks back on the Eastern time zone, as Jackie and I sit out here in Central time zone, it's early here. It's only
9:45.
9:45 here, early. It's a long drive back, though.
Staying tonight.
Yeah, some of us can't do that. So if anybody wants to call me on the drive home, I'll be 5 hours. Give me a call. Keep me awake.
That's the worst part, when you're going back and you lose that hour.
Yeah, it'll only be about 4 in the morning when I get home, but that's okay.
I can assure you this, when you wake up in your bed in the morning and I'm having to get up and get ready to drive that long haul, I'll be wishing I would have done the same thing.
I'll just be getting the grill warmed up for the Gator game. Just come on, drive right on up into my driveway and watch the Gators play with me at noon. If you leave
that sounds like a plan.
If you leave at 7, you can be there right on time. Fourth down now. The Cats will punt it away. Jamil Jones is going to kick one, and they don't send anybody back to return it. So we can down one or let it go into the end zone for a touchback. But 7 seconds run off the clock. There's 53, and they can't stop the clock again. We're up 9, Jackie. It looks like the Wildcats will get out of here with a win.
I'm telling you, let that thing get to zeros, man. We can talk about probabilities, and you're right. It is less than 1%. But, man, the way this game has gone tonight, I'm telling you, the Wildcats, it really does just feel like the Wildcats have dominated this game, and the score should not even be this close at this point. But nonetheless, Pine Forest has found a way to just hang around and hang around.
Hang around. They do that, though. They do that. That's the same thing they did last year. And we were not fortunate to get the win here last year when they hung around and came back to get us at the end. But tonight, fortune may be a little different for the Cats as we try to salt away these last 53 seconds. Mike Rogers still listening in back at home. We'll give him a big go Gators and go Wildcats here. He says go Wildcats from Baker County, Florida. I know it's getting late over there. Wildcats will tackle the receiver here inbounds as Toby Kinghorn came over and made a good tackle here, and that's going to let the clock keep running. So they completed a pass, but for only 5 yards, and the clock continues to run. We're under 30 seconds to go now. Wilcox will go to the shotgun, and he'll take the snap. He's straight drop. He's looking to throw one across the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go. He had a receiver up around midfield, but again, just kind of short hops. And Wilcox has not been accurate with the football.
No, and I tell you, that was one of the keys that Coach Canada alluded to. Wilcox, just a sophomore, felt like if they could get after him a little bit, kind of rattle a young guy in a big playoff game like this, and they've certainly done that. I think the weather's helped too, but that Wildcat defense has been relentless.
24 seconds to go in the game. Cats up 9, 28-19. Third down play, Wilcox goes to the shotgun, looks to throw it. He's in the shotgun, and he's going to be hit, and he's going to be sacked, and they won't get to run another play, Jackie. The Wildcats sack him. 15 seconds on the clock, and I don't think they can get lined up to snap one here. 10 seconds on the clock. The Cats are celebrating. The Cats are going to get the region semifinal win here on the road at Pine Forest. They won't even try to snap one, Jackie. That's the ball game. Cats have won it 28-19, and we will host a playoff game next week in Baker County as Tallahassee Rickers will come to Memorial Stadium to take on the Wildcats next Friday night. Jackie, it's been a pleasure here calling this with you. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
Mike Cruz, Jackie Baker bringing you all the action. Baker County Wildcat Football 2020, and we've got another week to play, Jackie. The Wildcats come to Pensacola Pine Forest, and we're going to get the win. 28-19, the Wildcats win on the Pine Forest home field here in the third round of the playoffs, the Class 5A region semifinal. So with that win, the Wildcats will be home next week. The Wildcats will have a home game against Tallahassee Rickers in round 4 of the Class 5A playoffs. So the Wildcats just keep winning. They're 10-2 now on the season, and now have a chance to host a home playoff game, Jackie. And good news for the Cats.
Yeah, I mean, a tough game. You know, we kind of called it, thought it was going to be a tough one. Swanee, we take our lumps against Swanee, and then they come over here, and Pine Forest is able to edge them out. So we knew this was going to be a game that we just weren't going to walk all over these guys, and they lived up to the hype. Thought the Wildcats had a chance there in the first half to really pull away and do some things. Couldn't get the job done, but the defense showed up in the second half, did what they needed to do, and we're going to be playing a playoff game in Memorial Stadium, and I can't be more excited.
I can't be more excited about it either. I got a message from my son. He was listening back home with his buddy Dayton and his dad Randall Smith, and RD says to be careful driving home. So that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to be careful and drive home and hope that next Friday night with Tallahassee Rickers coming in. Listen, Jackie, this year the way the playoffs are set up, there's going to be 6 rounds in the playoffs. So next week being round 4 means that if, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves or anything of that nature, but if the Wildcats were to win next week, they'd be 1 game from the state final. So as much as we've talked and lamented tonight about missed opportunities and everything else, this team is 2 games away from a state final. So, congratulations to Coach Kevin Mays and for the work that they've put in this year. And you saw that just now as the Wildcats broke the huddle. They were fired up, and that was a tough game and a great win for this Wildcat football team.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Anytime you got to travel over 5 hours to get to your destination, just makes for a long day. And we talk about it year in and year out, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, man, and what does it take to give them that drive to push them over the top? And they showed it at the end of this ball game. I thought they had lost it at times during the game, but in the fourth quarter they showed up and did what they needed to do to get the job done.
They did. And Coach Kevin Mays runs our record of 10-2 on the season. And Jackie, looking forward to talking to you on the Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning Coaches Show Monday night. And we'll talk Wildcat football there. Make sure you join us at 7 o'clock Monday night. We'll wrap this game up and talk about Tallahassee Rickers and what they're going to bring to the table next Friday night from Memorial Stadium. And for all you Baker County folks, look forward to a home game next week. And we're excited to do it. John Meadows, thanks for sticking with us tonight, late into the night. Back at Glen Baptist Church and everything that Glen Baptist does through WFBB radio to be a beacon for the community. And we'll talk to everyone Monday night, Coach's Show. And if you don't catch us then, we'll be back on the air next Friday night from Memorial Stadium as the Wildcats host Tallahassee Rickers. So for Mike Cruz and for Jackie Baker, good night, everybody.